Negative responses for all members. Liddy titty. All right, go ahead. We are now live. Who would like to do a recap of the end of the last session? Wow, words are hard. Who wants to take a crack at this?
I mean,
I
haven't done it in a while. So
Okay.
I guess I'll do it.
Let's go ahead and take a crack at it, Rick.
Yeah.
We can
I
help.
wasn't gonna. Cards on the table. I was gonna point that out. I'm just like, just going down the line of just like.
Okay.
It's true. I have not done it in a while.
That's okay.
Yeah, I had a very strange feeling about that. I'm like, am I doing the teacher? He hasn't.
Didn't we have homework?
Yeah.
Oh my god. God damn it, Melvin.
Okay, so our last session, we began. Well, actually, the majority of the session was taken up by us going to the Carnathi encampment and finding it. We went there with the intention of being more or less honest with them to figure out what they were doing here, but we weren't gonna lay out our cards or anything, and we were gonna scout them out first. When we found their encampment, it seemed like they'd set up with their massive warship. This entire facility, and we met first their first mate Dryus or Dryus, as well as Arala, right? She was the Oathbreaker Paladin, and they helped us get a meeting with the leaders of the captain of the ship, I should say. Right, Swanerick, where we met in neutral ground, sort of away from their encampment. When we met with them, sorry, am I missing anything earlier than that? Did we do anything before we met with the Carnathis?
I think a lot of it was spent getting to the Carnathis of scoping them out, and then deciding on an approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how much that any of that actually even resulted in anything. I think we might have just wasted our time.
I think it framed how we approach it, but I don't think we need to go. Yeah, I don't know if we need to, belabor our scouting.
Yeah. So once we had finally set up that meeting, we met them in a neutral area. We met Captain Swanerick and Alchemist Metlev as well. And we had our little get together. It's like Rick was chosen to lead the discussion, but we kind of all got together and discussed what we were going to do. First of all, we wanted to figure out what they were doing here, right? We found out specifically that they had a mine, so we wanted to figure out what the hell they were mining. Second of all, we wanted to figure out what they knew about the disease here, if they were responsible for it. And third, since they had made a treaty with the Tusk Beasts, and we had currently on our crew, not officially at the time, but later on, the last remaining Tusk Beast, we wanted to figure out if we could use that to leverage some advantage from them. So the conversation basically... and not a minor detail, Rick also wanted to figure out where his dagger came from, and that turned out to be pretty important.
True.
But first, we discussed the mine, and it turned out they were just not going to part with that information under normal circumstances at all. That was basically a closed door. And they wanted something in return for them to tell us about their experience here on the planet, so we decided to give them a bit of our cure so they could reverse engineer it. And in return, they'd tell us at least about the timeline of when they arrived and what they were doing, what they had done in response to the disease and all that. We didn't get much out of them, as far as I can tell from, if anyone wants us to step in, what did we really learn from them, right?
We learned... I guess the biggest thing was that they had a treaty.
Yes.
But other than that, nothing of importance. We learned when they got there, but didn't really change the timeline of anything.
Yeah,
it sort of became clear. Yeah, I was just gonna say, it sort of became clear, over the course of the conversation that they also didn't seem responsible, directly at least, for introducing this illness among the tusk beasts or to this planet in general.
Right.
If you wanted to add anything to that, Eugene.
Yeah, I was just saying that, you know, we set up a rapport. I feel like the mine was like, oh, they're setting up like a base of operations for a mining, operations. Yeah. I think otherwise you covered it quite nicely.
Yeah, so after that, we had basically 2 points of contention. The first was that once Toad had handed over Rick's dagger to the Carnathes, they seemed very interested in it, and we found out that the dagger belonged to an ancestor of Val's, which was a pretty big deal. And they were willing to barter for it, whether it be information or resources. But Valerian rather, reasonably shut that down completely. And so we still have control over the dagger. We've learned a bit more about it, and it seems there's a bit of a connection there, and something to investigate further. We also then decided to try to leverage the fact that we have Tobrov on our ship, which unfortunately did not give us anything. Basically, that shut the entire conversation down, and from there the negotiations broke down, and both parties went their own ways. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for you to mention the sweltering, budding romance between Toad.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I should probably mention that Toad was trying to riz up a couple of the members of the Carnathi, but she got the farthest with Dryas.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be something going on there. But Dryas, and Nidoralis seem to be in a relationship, so ooh, drama.
Dun, dun. Oh.
Yeah. So we'll see if that'll come up later in the campaign. We have to keep that in mind. Other than that, we weren't able to access the mine. We weren't able to figure out what's in the mine, but we did figure out why the Carnathis are here in a broad sense. We kind of discovered that they are probably not directly responsible for the disease or the parasite infection on this planet. And we still have our leverage on them as far as Tobrov goes. They're going to obviously have that in the back of their minds as long as Tobrov is a part of our crew. So as we returned to the ship, we basically inducted Tobrov as a full member of the crew. He decided to stay with us, and he's basically the ship's hunter. Whether this is on a temporary basis or permanently is up to him. So for now, he's traveling with us. And after that, I think we just made our plans to get all of our housekeeping done as far as it goes with Talral. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you hit on most of it. I think you covered all the basics. I did fail to mention, you guys struck up that you kind of sealed the logistical deal with the Hadozi and the continued support of them. I failed to include previously. They opted to request an ambassador join your ship. So you will have Krath, the young healer's assistant, join your ship as an ambassador to the Hadozi, who can kind of speak to Hadozi matters, similar to Zephyr for the gift in that regard.
Gotcha.
Those things are going to be awkward.
Is that going to be okay with Talral?
Oh yeah. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that in game. You can refuse him if you don't want him to join, but they offer to have Krath join your ship. So
we haven't taken off from the planet yet, so we can.
Yeah, we can adjudicate that first thing. But yeah, anything else for recap from last week?
Yeah, we didn't role play the negotiations, but yeah, we did set up they are officially under our
sphere of influence.
Sphere of influence is the phrase. Yes.
That is the nice word. We're not colonizers. We're adding people to our sphere of influence. So.
We made the negotiations and treaties.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And we have not brought a foreign population into their population, so it's not colonization.
It is not colonization. Oh, there's no plans by Ondara to colonize. Genuinely, like I didn't want to play a colonizing game.
There isn't actually though. There's no euphemism here.
No,
we're just not doing that.
We're not doing that. Yep, that's not this campaign.
Okay.
That would have been the campaign if you guys flew the Braylwish flag. For sure. So.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into that. Since we're on that point, we will pick up that you guys were, you guys have already picked up Talrol, or maybe you hadn't picked up Talrol. However you guys want to do this order. But Talrol is, you've already made an agreement for Talrol the Gentle to join your, to hitch a ride on your ship in some capacity, that you were going to drop them off at the Comad Miraz, tower. But also the Hadozi have offered to have Krath join your ship as an ambassador. So, how would you guys like to navigate that scenario?
Good question.
I mean, I wanna. At the beginning of this, the mention of Krath joining the crew, there's like a question like, did we determine whether or not Talrol had could assume the shape of other forms? Far be it for me to ask them to, hide their presence, but if, these seem like particular circumstances.
I think, Toad, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we did ask if Talrol was able to shapeshift or change into something else, and he said no. I could be wrong about that, though.
I agree. That's what I recall as well.
I think
So it might not be feasible to have him hide who he is. I mean, even so, it's at some point on our ship over a month he would be revealed, right? But what do we think? We want
I've
to.
never seen a green dragon either, has he?
I don't know.
This would be another, this would be another form of deception. But what if we just established that Talrol had come from was a guest from a different system?
Good possibility.
We could
Cedric?
also ask Krath to stay below decks until we drop Talrol off, since Talrol will be stuck above decks.
How long will it take us to get to where we're going with Talrol?
I think it was like 4.5 days.
Yeah, if you beeline it there, it'll be 4.5 to 5 days, something like that, close to that.
It's a long time to be below deck.
Yeah. So I what I think, and I think this is a vote here, of course, but maybe we just ask Talrol, say that we're allies with the Hadozi. This one specific Hadozi is going to be traveling with us. We'll make sure to keep them in the dark of where we're dropping Talrol off. Obviously, they'll see us drop Talrol off, but for extra precaution. But I think we really just need to see how he feels about it. We made a promise to him. I think we stay true to it.
It's also entirely possible. I agree, Captain. I also think I was also thinking that as a representative, perhaps ambassador, it's reasonable for them to, use their discretion with regards to what information needs to be communicated. If we indicate that, this is information, not privy to, embargo to other, Hadozi until Talrol's relocation. I think that's a reasonable request to make.
So,
I agree we should speak to Talrol about it.
okay.
Okay, let's go do that. I think we should get his perspective.
So, the four of you approach Talrol on your deck as they are taking up a significant amount of space on your deck.
Mm-hmm.
But they are recognizing that there's a lot of people moving around them, and they're a little overwhelmed by the amount of people moving around. Obviously, everyone is giving Talrol a wide berth, but Talrol seems, if not more nervous than some of the crew that's around them. very much hesitant to speak to anyone. But they see you and they're kind of curled up like a cat napping, and their head pops up and say, "Yes. How may I help you?"
First, I hope you're enjoying your nice little taxi here for the next couple days. Is everything okay? Are you comfortable?
So far, yes. Thank you.
If you'd like, we could work on a screen of privacy. Make some additions to give you a measure of just personal space away from the crew as they perform their duties.
Something enclosed, maybe?
Yes. Perhaps with we can speak with Oak Blossom. Perhaps she could extend or lend the use of her branches and leaves to give you an enveloped space.
Oak Blossom hears this conversation because, she's right there.
Right there.
And she kind of has a thoughtful look on her face. Says, "Taural, what kind of fire do you spit?" Poison. I think I could probably create like a little nest thingamajig in my roots, in my hair. I've been meaning to do a new hairdo. So I could do like a big ball, a little updo, we could probably make that work. They could probably stay up there. But you mess up my hair, we're gonna swing, Talral. Understood, Miss Oak Blossom. There. That work for y'all?
Oak Blossom saves the day once again. Thank you.
I know it.
Tauro, with your new best friend over here and now new home enclosure, really, we wanted to let you know something and really let you give your opinion on the matter as well. The Hadozi, the New Age Hadozi, of course, they want to send an ambassador with us, as we've allied with them. We've included them as we are you under our sphere of influence. We will do our best to protect you whenever and wherever we can. But this is the Hadozi. We made a promise to you. How do you feel about a Hadozi traveling with us until we drop you off?
Aural shudders at the mention of the species that almost eradicated their kind. This is your ship, Captain. I will abide. If you will permit me, I will remain within Miss Oak Blossom for the duration of our trip. I don't know what will happen if they see me.
Okay, as long as you're comfortable, Taro. And I'll make sure. I'll kind of lean a little closer. I will personally kill them if they touch you.
Oh,
If they harm you. You have my word. You're protected.
yeah. I
by
mean,
the
we'll
ship.
definitely have like some
It
kind
won't come
of
to that, of course. Hopefully.
some kind of
but,
litigation, I'm sure, but I don't know if we necessarily need to go to.
Your
Full on.
influence indeed.
Goddamn Davy Jones over here as the captain.
Yeah, jeez.
Taural shudders again, says, "Let's hope that is unnecessary."
I think it will be. I think it'll be maybe a good chance for you to see this Hadozi, this specific one is the good people. It'll be a good chance for you to see how they've changed as well, and might help you make friends in the future with the new place you're going to. But I appreciate your blessing.
We shall see. If you'll excuse me. Towel slowly, gingerly starts climbing up Oak Blossom's back. She's like moving her shoulders around. She's like, oh, it's a good scratcher. Towel kind of works their way up into the nest inside of Oak Blossom's massive tree blossom on the top of her head, and you can't see him, but
That blends in.
he does kind of blend in with the greenery, and they can hear you, and you can speak to them. They're about 20 feet off the deck, but yeah, they're well concealed. And someone will just have to run food up there as needed. So.
Okay. Look to everybody else. Does this work for you guys?
Yes, there'll be some, logistical and security, concerns over communication. It's entirely possible that Kraft will hear mention of a dragon, or see Talral being served, or Oak Blossom, I suppose, being served a meal that she may not necessarily need. But I think we can maintain this silence for a few days, easily enough.
And I usually sleep up here, and sleep. I rest up here, so I can keep an eye on things at night.
Amazing. Thank you.
I'll also bring Talral food. Do you think Oak Blossom would let me hang out in her branches? Should I ask her at some point?
Let's not push it. Not yet. Well, maybe whenever she has one passenger gone, might fill a vacancy. Maybe.
She did mention she liked having her back scratched. Maybe that'll be my in.
Okay, let's get our new Hadozi friend.
Let's talk to him first and make sure things are gonna go okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna keep Talral's stat block on the screen. I'm gonna keep their icon right there, but you understand that it's up in Oak Blossom, just so you don't forget about the massive dragon on your ship.
Mm-hmm.
But you can quickly venture over to the Hadozi city, and you are welcome to pick up Krath if you should see fit. That they temporarily join your crew as an ambassador from the Hadozi. They kind of walk up, they're a little nervous, but you've met them before. They, greetings, I am honored to serve as the ambassador for the Hadozi. And they kind of like bow their head to you all.
Hey, Kraft. It's good. Things are good, right? Like the village is doing good. Anybody got any more infections?
Yes, things are good. No, we have had no additional cases, and we are actively on the lookout for any such resurgence of the vegetation that infested our city.
Great. And the village is going to be okay without you?
For the time, yes. There were other healers who were being trained up, and they are like scratch the back of his head. Much better than me. Yes,
Well,
they should be fine.
Krath, perhaps while you're with us, you can learn from Rick.
I did not mean to be so presumptuous, but Doctor, I would be.
I didn't mean to
you would
volunteer you, Rick. Sorry.
No, it's fine. You know what? Actually, could use like an assistant if you have some time in between your ambassadorial duties.
Of course, my hands are your hands, Doctor.
Great. I mean, don't pressure yourself or anything, but if this ship, we end up with some injured, I would appreciate the help.
Of course, Doctor.
All right. We also got something else to talk to you about. Val, you want to take over?
Of course. Yes. Gonna lean over to Rick.
Let's be
What else?
diplomatic about this.
About the guy in the tree or what?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What else are we talking about here?
Okay. Listen, I'll turn to Krath. We would love to have you on our ship. I have seen your work. You should be proud of yourself. You helped with the vaccine and as a pioneer. But
Honor me.
Krath, there is a thing on the ship we talk about frequently, very frequently, actually. I think every day. Nothing leaves the ship, right? So, there might be things that you see on the ship, or in the cyberspace, that you want to tell all your friends back here about. There are certain things that are classified that you are absolutely not allowed to tell them about. Is that understood?
Yes, Captain. I may have questions from time to time about the comfortability of sharing knowledge. I would care to share some of my experience that you will allow with my
course.
people, but of
course.
course,
And I think there will be anything that is very obviously beneficial to your people. It wouldn't be classified in any means, but there is something we need to tell you once you officially accept our offer to be an ambassador on our ship. Do you accept? Reach my hand out.
make a persuasion or intimidation check.
Okay.
Good day.
You got this.
First roll of the night.
Mm-hmm. Let's see how we're doing.
Let me just take a quick little second here. Okay. It doesn't change this thing. Okay, perfect. Ooh.
Hey.
Yes.
Portentous.
Persuasion.
Cool. Did that add your proficiency bonus?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay.
Did. That's what I was making sure of.
He looks up, looks you in the eye, and takes your hand for the betterment of both of our species. Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, Kraft, now that you're officially a member of the Dragon Hawk, congratulations. You'll find John or Gus. They'll take you to your assignment. Of course, you'll be most likely mentoring under Rick. But we do have a dragon on ship, so just stay clear of the dragon, and we'll all be good.
May I ask
Classified.
where this dragon is? So
Classified.
as
Well, it's not. I mean, that one's not classified. It's on the deck of the ship.
Oh,
That's pretty
okay, yeah.
obvious.
Yeah, first main notes.
Kras starts like looking around the ship, his like shoulders up to his ears. He's like, "Is it a threat to me? Does it? Has
One
it
of
been
the kindest souls you'll ever see in your life, Krath.
Make another persuasion check.
Ah,
Ooh. I will see if I have any inspiration. I do not. Unfortunate.
I find that hard to believe, Captain. If you'll permit me, I will spend the majority of. Is this dragon staying on the ship permanently?
No.
Oh, great. I shall remain with Dr. Rick
Of course.
below deck
Krath,
if
I
you
will
wouldn't
challenge
mind.
you. In cyberspace, it's a chance to expand your horizons. Literally and metaphorically. So,
I understand.
Keep an open eye out and open heart out.
I understand, Captain. My apologies. You may not know, but dragons once inhabited Eberron, and
well, they did really.
we were much larger of a population. I will leave it at that. But I will remain, yes, under your guidance, Doctor and Captain. He puts his head down.
I'll look over to Rick. I'll just mouth like, did I do good?
It's okay. It's fine. Hey, crap. I do got one more thing we gotta talk to you about. The other passenger on our ship is well, let me just put it like this. We are a multi-species sort of ship on here. We don't discriminate at all. And we expect you to do the same. So I'm just going to let you know that we are carrying a tusk beast on this ship as well. Is that going to be a problem for you?
Have you struck agreements with the tusk beast as well?
That is, well, of a
This is-
sort. We've struck agreements with a tusk beast.
Is it in direct conflict with my role? Will he attack me?
Not likely. Currently, he is sort of a nomadic guy right now. I don't think he has much animosity towards your people anymore. If he ever had the.
Make a persuasion check, Rick.
Okie dokie. Oh boy. +0.
Ooh,
Let me use my recently acquired inspiration.
nice. Oh,
Okay.
no.
No, I mean, it's fate.
Yeah.
I will use my hesitant leader blup that I just got.
Yeah,
hell
there it
yeah.
is.
And it will make such a difference here. I will add my charisma modifier to your roll. My charisma modifier is +1.
All right, 10.
Take your +1. Something's better than nothing.
It is.
Okay.
Could have been the threshold, for all we know.
I will attempt to withhold prejudices or history of. I will attempt to make my own assumptions after meeting this individual.
Just try to be cosmopolitan about it, okay? I don't need you to be friends with them. Y'all can stay away from each other for all we care. But everybody on this ship gets along, and if anybody doesn't get along, you tell us about it, and we'll take care of it, okay?
Of course, Doctor.
Yeah, don't call me captain now. That's not on my table.
My apologies. Yes, I will strive to do better. I will show you that we are not. I will show you that the Hodozi can represent our people well, and we are a friendly nation.
Good. I mean, that's all I can ask for.
I am also terrified, full disclosure.
Yeah, you might want to, stick with me for a while.
Understood.
Okay. So we
Anybody got anything else to say here, or?
Welcome to the crew.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Congratulations.
Actually, I guess one more thing. Toad, do you want to ask him what he eats?
Yeah. Do you have any dietary restrictions? We eat a lot of purple worm meat currently, but we also have. I strive to make a nutritious meal.
Thank you. We mostly eat what we could find on the forest. But we eat what you would likely consider a normal diet. Thank you for your consideration in asking, though. I believe that there will not be any issues.
I don't consider any diet normal, truly crap.
Omnivore. We are omnivores.
And I'm gonna make an assumption here based on what I saw from the village, but you guys, you don't have alcohol, do you, in the Hadozi village?
I do not believe we have such materials or substances, no?
Oh man. Yeah, okay, so I'll just keep that in mind. Look, I'll introduce you in a second, but you gotta be careful with that stuff, alright? That's all I'm gonna say.
I will take your word for it, Doctor. Cut to Krath getting wasted.
Yeah.
Like he's a pre-med tech study. Okay. All right. Anything else that you guys want to do on the planet before you depart?
I think it's time, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I already did my monologue about leaving the planet last session, so I'm not doing it
Yep.
again. You guys leave Olrund after like 5 real months.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, you ascend past the atmosphere of Orun, the almost orange hue on the trees, providing a beautiful picture of the side of the planet that faces the sun. But you know of the darker side on the farther side that has many secrets yet to uncover, to include nations and beasts. Where would you guys like to go?
All right. So we're dropping Taro off first, right?
I think that makes sense.
I believe that is correct.
So we go to the Rings of Cerberus.
The Ring of Cerberus? Okay. All right. So you guys have about 4 days of travel. This is a known route. So you generally can navigate most of the known threats. However, you guys have 4 days that you're at space, not at sea. Travel time. For those 4 days, what would you all like to do?
I am spending the entirety of our downtime training my griffin.
Training your griffin. Okay. So I think you need to have a full 10-day to do. It doesn't have to be a continuous 10-day though. If I recall correctly, based on our previous.
I believe that is correct.
Yeah, I think you need to have a 10-day. So I will count these first 4 days as part of that, and then if you get 6 more days in other travel time, you can do one singular roll, if I recall correctly, to see if you are teaching your Phantom, right? I believe his name is Phantom. Phantom a new trick. So, okay. So that covers Valerian. That's short and sweet. What are the rest of you doing?
Do I have time? We kind of joked about it, but I know I need like 20 more days to train Flaps.
I knew you were going to ask this question. Okay. So.
I was thinking about this. Flaps is pretty young, right? But like, would it help if I like talk to him every day?
And also, I think Phantom is trained as well, like friendly or whatever. So maybe being around him would help as well.
Yeah. So maybe I like build a connection with Flaps. It's more than just training. It's a soul connection, Chris. Our hearts are connected.
Yeah. So I would say at this point, you are no longer attempting to tame a young griffin. And kind of raising it as a young griffin into an adult that's tamed well. I would say at this point it is possible, but now you are taming what is essentially a wild animal. It is still possible. I will allow it. However, it's going to be much more difficult, and it's likely going to take more time. So let me go to. But you can have the assistance of Phantom being present as sort of an assistant. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find the old training. Okay, Griffin training. So duration required 30 days to tame. So how many days did you spend? You spent 10 days or you spent 20 days?
I spent 10 days.
You spent 10 days. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna double this. So okay, actually let me put it this way. You can either approach this as you're taking more time to get more of a bond, you're stretching it out, you're kind of taking your time, and it's going to take longer, but you think you're going to get similar results. Or you can try to you can try to speed up the time to be something similar to how long it took to train Phantom. However, it's going to be harder. How would you like to go about this approach?
Remind me what the DC is that I have to beat.
DC 16. Current.
It's animal handling, right?
It is animal handling, correct.
God, I'm so good at that. I'm gonna take the harder route because I think Toad is like not above letting Flaps go. I think Toad's
Okay.
just kind of like, what are the ethical implications of, we
Okay.
killed this griffin's family, we kidnapped it,
Okay.
and now we're gonna drop it off on some weird planet.
Okay. So
If
go
if
ahead.
someone assisted, like gave, like if Alaric aided, I'm trying to think of how might do so. Would there be a way to, like essentially make the training more dense? Establish that bond even more securely.
Maybe some
In the
training
future.
aids or something like that.
Yeah.
So I will say this. I will say that you can contribute because you're not proficient in animal handling, are you?
Yeah. So I think my contribution would be in like constructing. I'm thinking like an animal, like an animal training course, like an agility.
Yeah.
Uh,
I get what you're going for here.
mhm.
Yeah, so what I'll do is it's not going to be straight advantage to Toad's roll. We're going to do a roll for you to see how well you can assist her, whether it's going to be +1, +2, +3. So if you want to take your time to help her kind of set up these training tools, training courses, I will allow that. But that's going to be with the maintenance of doing that and stuff like that. It's going to be, what's the best way I can put this? To make it fair, I'm going to say for every 10-day that Toad is using to train, it's between maintenance and helping out with constructing and managing the course. For every 10-day that Toad does for training, it's going to take you 5 days of that time to be around for the maintenance.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you'll have an opportunity to roll to benefit her. So if you guys want, we can do that. So go ahead and roll me we'll do a tinkerer's check. I think that's the best way to use this, and you can use your cannon tools.
Gotcha. Yeah. So essentially, Alaric would want to give his aid, and he'd offer his skills to like create a course. Like what like Toad, what is it? What tasks are you do you think they need training on? What kind of environment would be most suitable for that? We could also have Belle serve as a target, something to pursue, something to chase after, even.
Yeah, I think that, ideally something to stimulate the mind, so something that stretches their critical thinking, I think would be important, as well as their physical needs. And so perhaps we construct something that goes, higher up. I like the idea of Belle, although I would hate to attack Belle. So kind of you, but Belle is so cute, and we can come up with another solution for sure.
I think Alec looks around, like inside the hull of the ship, like, well, the field of Oak Blossom's atmosphere extends a certain space around. What if we could set up a course where we have the taming take place around the ship as we travel? Would that be stimulating?
I believe so. Yeah, something that gets them moving. And I don't know that I intend to ride Flaps. I get around pretty fine on my own, but perhaps something to give them targets. Maybe like to create like a, Gus has that combustible weapon. Could you create something like that like shoots like pigeons into the air? Not real pigeons, perhaps made of clay. That
Interesting.
Flaps can target.
I was considering an obstacle, an obstacle course, but I'm sure we could arrange for, something to be chased after as well. Maybe, there's a moment like Alec was thinking of this, like this is the weirdest use of guns or cannons he's ever seen, and he's just like he's trying to wrap his brain around that. It's like, okay.
So I will also say this, Valerian, since you are also training, you are welcome to participate in this, right? But the risk for you and Phantom is, depending on how the rolls go, so all of you, right? So Toad, if they roll badly, could be injured. Valerian, if you roll badly, Phantom could be injured, and Alaric, Bell could be injured. So that's the risk. But if all three of you are involved in this project, you all have a shared kind of passive benefit to your roles while doing this. If you all do it together, but there is that risk reward.
Cool. That sounds good with me.
But Valerian, you're not required to do that. I'm just giving you the option. If you want to bring Phantom out at the same time as Flaps, you can.
Yeah, I think I would.
Okay. All right, so let's start with Alaric. I'd like you to give me a Tinker's check.
Okay. All right, and I have plenty of inspiration in case things go wrong.
Yeah, and I will say Toad and Valerian, you guys will both make rolls at the 10-day. You're still doing 10-day rolls. Valerian, your DC is still 16. Toad, your roll is now 20. So depending on how well that goes, there could be risk of injury and stuff like that. But however, Valerian, you will gain a bonus to your roll to see how well, depending on how Alaric rolls. Alaric, what did you end up rolling on that check? I didn't see that roll.
Sorry, I'm just making sure. I'm trying to remind myself whether or not I roll with advantage by default on some of these things.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, I'll look that up later. I'm gonna roll as normal, and then I got a 1d4. I'm gonna use inspiration on that.
Okay.
So that's 1 inspiration.
Not bad.
Not bad. Have a really high score.
That is not a failure, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll roll the 1d4 that I get from my artificer setup.
I will allow that.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Okay, 19.
Okay, so with a 19, both Toad and Valerian, whenever we get to the end of the 10-day, you can add a +2 to your rolls.
Nice.
Yes. So just keep that in mind whenever we get back to that point, which I imagine will be this session. So, your tools and your training equipment and potentially using Bell go relatively well. Alaric, and Bell is not injured, nor does your destructions blow up in anyone's face. Your piece is good.
My illustration of this kind of training course is like hoops set up at like the I don't know what to call them. Are they sails at like the sides?
They are sails, yes.
Okay.
They're they're sails. They're sails, but also they double as wings, right? Because the Dragonhawk has what would be commonly referred to as wings.
Gotcha. So yeah, he would have like set up hoops and have like Bell go through them to show Flaps like what the path, like the intended path of the course is.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Thank you. All right. So we've crossed that bridge. So it sounds like we've covered Toad, Alaric, and Valerian. Rick, what would you like to do for these 4 days?
This isn't something I'm necessarily going to accomplish in these 4 days, but since Rick has an assistant finally, or an official assistant, I think he'd like to start cataloging all of the medical findings he's found throughout his journey so far.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah. So you're able to gain the knowledge that Krath has, freely sharing medical information. for speaking to him about his capabilities, you would understand mechanically that Krath is not a fighter. He is basically a little bit more kitted out like he's got like he has some weaponry, but he's not a fighter. He's better as an assistant.
Right.
He has the equivalent of like a character with the healer feat, and he has heroes kits, and he has some basic potions. So he doesn't have any magical spellcasting abilities.
Gotcha.
But he does have proficiency in medicine. He has the healer feat. So he can assist you in a pinch in like surgery like he's done previously.
Mhm. I think I'd like to start making sort of like training him how to kill people without magic, right? Since we did have to, though magic obviously very, very helpful.
Sure.
If we did have to do a lot of just manual surgery on that planet, right? So I think I'd like to start training him as far as that goes, make him a more effective non-magical healer in emergencies.
Are you an expert in medicine? You are not yet. Okay. So he is proficient. I will say if you want, he is proficient, but his skill is not as high as yours. So I will say that you can spend some time helping sharing medical knowledge to boost his medicine score, if you'd like to do that. Directly his medicine ability, not his wisdom.
I think that makes sense.
Okay. I'll make this simple, and I'll also make this a 10-day. For every 10-day you spend, up to your benefit. So he has a +4. No, it's not that high. He has a +2 in medicine. So it's not incredibly high. So he has a +2 for every 10-day that you spend. You can raise his medicine by +1. And up to your maximum.
Okay.
And then if you ever gain expertise in medicine, you can continue to go higher.
Gotcha.
So yeah. And yeah, like if you're not on the ship and he needs to fill in for you, a surgeon will be his medicine rolls. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. So yeah, you can go ahead and understand that you're speaking with him. Oh, I lied. He has a +3 to medicine. Yeah.
So we got to get him up to speed.
Absolutely. But yeah, he is he's an entry level healer. He's an assistant healer. And he's learning what he needs to help you best and try to benefit the ship. Because yeah, he's not
This is his residency.
That's exactly right. This is his residency. Well done. Okay. All right. Over the course of 4 days, you begin training Flaps. You also do some more training with Phantom. Rick kind of takes Krath under his wing as an assistant, beginning him on his residency training. Toad, as the nighttime passes, you are able to creep up and bring Talral their meals. And Krath is none the wiser because you're doing it at off hours. It's not that hard. Where are you keeping the mushrooms?
Great question.
I
think Toad has maybe down in the area where Flaps is.
Okay, down in the supply area.
Yeah, I think Toad has maybe already a couple of pots of plants down there, just a put together. So I think that when Toad collected the mushrooms, they also got some of the earth from there and made a little plant box for them. Okay, gotcha. Understood. Yeah, and Rick, since Krath is kind of following you around like a lost puppy, he's not going to venture to the ship's hull unless you go down there. So you're able to isolate that fairly well. Okay. And you guys are traveling specifically to Comad Miraz, correct? I think so.
Okay. All right. Yep. So you will need to navigate the asteroid field. So, Valerian, what I would like from you is an arbiter check to avoid any damage.
I do have to roll arbiter check from D&D Beyond, I think.
Oh yeah, because it's not a normal skill. We can add it to your sheet. Like you can give yourself another skill. Because yeah, it's just it's using your charisma modifier with advantage. Yeah, it's a plus.
Matter of
4,
fact, I can
so.
just roll persuasion since I have a proficiency in that now too.
Okay, gotcha.
I
Yeah,
roll at advantage.
gotcha.
19.
Let me see. Yep, 19. Okay. With a 19, you are able to navigate the crashing asteroids and dense fields with little interference to the ship's hull.
Nice.
Your Magister thanks you. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and pull up the map as you guys descend back on to the strange obelisk that juts out from the area known as Comad Miraz. Let me pull up that for y'all. Give me a second here. All right. So you managed to land on the outskirts of the tower. Are you going to the tower specifically, or are you landing near where you fought the giant, where you dropped the Hadozi off?
Not the Hadozi, the
Excuse me, not Hadozi. Yeah, plasmoids.
Should we check in on the plasmoids?
We should, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we should drop there then.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead and activate this scene. You guys
Can I
find
bring
your.
Krath with me?
You certainly can bring Krath.
My little helper boy.
Your little helper boy. He will
Your
follow.
little buddy.
He'll go wherever you tell him to, as long as you don't put him in danger.
Shouldn't be any danger here.
Yeah.
I need to introduce him to slime people. Start expanding his brain.
Absolutely. Here, let me go ahead and slap him in on the bottom here. All right, so you find yourself on the outskirts of Comad Miraz, where you see a small camp set up, and you see tent set up. You see like semblance of structures that are not made out of wood. They're made out of, sticky ooze material. And you see roaming about the general area the plasmoids that you rescued from Zorantir, as well as their de facto leader, Jubithex.
Seems like they're doing okay.
They seem to be in good health, as far as you can tell the health of a plasmoid. Jubithex seems to be... Jubithex seems to be discussing something with a couple of the plasmoids as they wander off. But as he looks over to the ship coming down and you departing, he waves to you with a smile on his face.
Wait, I have a question. Should we have thought about bringing a dragon to the plasmoid?
Yeah, I just thought of that as well.
I know it's a different type of dragon, but
Boy, we're really bad at species relationships.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, look, they're not gonna be, they're not gonna necessarily be in the same spot. Yeah, we should talk to Jubithex about this, huh?
yeah.
I think we should, we talk to him, but we just kind of play the card that he's a refugee like them, and he is not like the others, He's peaceful and stuff.
They not like us.
They're not like us. I think, let's go talk to Jubithex.
Okay.
Let's see what's really good.
So as you find yourselves ascending the rickety stairs up the side of the cliff, you find yourselves approaching the small camp that is being assembled here by the plasmoids, and Jubithex greets you with a smile and says, "Friends, it is good to see you."
Jubithex, hello. It seems like you guys are doing well over here. It seems like you're thriving even.
He kind of looks back, a pleased look about on his face. I would say so. We are exploring the rock. There is plenty to do here. There is game to be had. And we are attempting to rebuild. We tend to leave the obelisk be, but yes, we thank you. Where is your captain? Is she on the ship?
Oh yeah, God, it's been a while, huh?
Captain Aaron is actually with our country now. She'll be coming back, of course, very soon. I mean, but in the meantime, I am, you know, quote unquote acting captain, I suppose. So, but of course, anybody here will help you out, Jupitex, if you have any issues.
Well, that is interesting to know. Well, congratulations on your promotion.
Well, congratulations on your promotion. It seems like you've led your people well. And Jupitex, we didn't really. When we left, we didn't give you any asks or anything, but we do have a favor to ask of you. If you would hear us out.
Sure.
Well, like you, Jupitex, we've traveled to other places, and we've met a myriad of people and species and things, and it includes a friend that we made that, like you, lost his home. And
Is this the
unlike
friend
you-
behind you? Hi, I am Jupitex.
Oh no, that's Krath.
Krath's good people.
He's a friend, but he's actually my apprentice right now, representing people from a planet we just went to. This is a different friend we're talking about. If you want to explain, Valerian.
Yeah, our this friend is like you, that he lost his home, but unlike you, he lost everything else too. He lost all the people he knew, or they knew. They lost everything that they've worked for, and they've tried to carve their way out in life. So they're incredibly peaceful. They're actually named Talral the Gentle. And we need a place for them to stay here. Is there any... they are by themselves? Is there any place that you've explored here that might be suitable for someone that just wants to kind of sit in a cave and tend to a crop?
I don't mean to be presumptuous, Captain, but you've given me two pieces of information that make me a little nervous for my people.
Okay.
You have indicated that this person has a name that is followed by a description.
Oh,
You've
that's right.
mentioned caves.
Yeah.
What kind of individual are we speaking of here?
Our friend is a dragon. Now, Jupitex, you don't have to say anything, because I understand your next question. But, like I said before, and I think any one of us could attest to, even our friend over here that is actually mortal enemies with dragons, almost similar to you. They've traveled with them for 4 or 5 days now, and had no issues, but they are peaceful. And Jupitex, I'm just going to be honest with you, they just need a place to live.
They don't eat meat. They eat mushrooms, if that helps.
Specifically mushrooms as well, nothing else at all. Very uncanny.
I don't know. Is this dragon related to the dragons of Zorantir?
No.
From an entirely different planet. Also, not blue. They're a green dragon. Quite a bit nicer. I mean, kind of night and day, really.
Yeah, they've even taken a vow to never hurt any living creature. So, and they've actually stuck to it. In fact, they said they wouldn't even help us if we were in a fight on our ship that they traveled on, and there were living creatures to be fought.
What element does this dragon possess naturally?
It's actually poison.
Huh. Will you
Maybe- Yeah.
will you permit me a day to speak with my people on this matter?
I think that's completely amenable. Is that right, crew?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you ever want to set up a meeting, just let us know.
Yeah, we'll stay
Interesting.
here. In fact, if you need time, maybe we have some time to blow and can take another crack at the tower. Guys,
Feel
Going
free.
up to
It
it?
is there, waiting for us.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
Uh,
very intimidating piece of landmark, isn't it?
Agreed.
Jubitex, I guess we should also tell you that there's a possibility that some other people from our planet may come here to attempt to access the tower.
Are they hostile?
They shouldn't be, no.
We
If you're
And we've
friendly with
actually-
them, they'll be friendly with you, I think.
Yes.
we do not intend to claim the tower as under our protection. We tend to leave it be. We will take your word for it, but we will attempt to be as is it worth speaking with them, or should we avoid them?
I think you should speak with them. If they come across you, you shouldn't be standoffish in any sense. They might have some information or goods and services they can provide you that might be helpful for you. But we did let everyone know. I don't know how much it means to you, but you are under our sphere of influence. So we, in short, we have your back.
That is appreciated. I
Yeah, our nations aren't at war, but you could say there's a sort of rivalry. So, if you want to let us know if they ever make contact with you next time we come back around, that'd be appreciated.
Yep.
We will. Okay. I have much to discuss with my people. Yes, I wish you safe fighting in the Tower of Death.
Who knows what the next floor is going to be?
I will consult with the others and have an answer for you within a day, definitely before you depart. Oh.
Jubitex, have you seen anything?
It's night
weird?
time. Hey, Spider-Man. Well,
Night
baby.
time.
Yeah, it's night time. Come sit. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys last time he came in and we were all on break and he was so sad.
Oh.
All right, hold on. Here you go. You can talk to them. You don't need to yell. They can hear you. Inside voice. Oh no. Spider-Man. Okay. Say hi. You don't need to yell. No yelling. Just say hi.
Hi.
Buddy.
Why?
What's your name? What's your name, guys?
I'm Eugene.
Tell me you're gonna go night night.
Allie.
You wanna tell him good night? Tell him good night. He's just in awe of whatever you guys are saying. No
Good
yelling.
night. Oh,
Good
it's
night.
Happy. Good night.
Okay. Alright.
Good night.
Pick this up. Alright. Give me hugs now, nice sweet boy.
Thanks.
Oh, I love you, sir.
Yeah.
We're Spider-Man. We cannot be bothered. Gotta get the mask back. Good night, sweet boy.
Come on.
Thank you, dear. Alright, we're back. I'm trying to teach him not to peek the mic.
Good luck.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, continue. I missed what you guys were saying.
No, I think Toad was just gonna ask Jubitex, like, have you seen anything weird by the tower, like a creature maybe hanging out on top of it? Not that there should be, but
We generally have somebody keeping an eye, and no activity has been reported from outside of the tower.
cool.
Should we be concerned of that?
No, of course not. No, it's perfectly safe. But if you ever do see anything,
We will let you know so that you can rush back here in 3 to 5 days.
That's right.
Yeah, Alaric also, it's like a jotting down notes. And it's like, also, Jupitex, what is the progress of your settlement thus far? Do you require any particular resources? Have you come across any obstacles or challenges?
We are fairly self-sufficient as we spent much of our cycles as nomads, but I believe that there was something to be gained by setting up a structural base, considering the small size of this asteroid. Construction has begun using materials from duplication of our ooze building block materials. We have an agreement with the straight oozes, and it's coming along well. We should have our first facility completed within the next 2 to 3 10 days.
Oh, impressive. Are there any limiting reagents? Is there anything off planet that you would that would be convenient for us to acquire?
We have run into some small but hostile threats of creatures and animals. While me and my brethren have weaponry, it certainly wouldn't hurt to be better defended. However, as you know, we eat just about everything. So, food and material-wise, we're covered.
Oh, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of animals, creatures are these, and where were they sighted?
Oh, that's a good question. He turns to one of his fellow plasmoids. When did we see the bear? And you hear like a series of whistles and pops in their language. And he says, about a 10-day ago we encountered a bear. Relatively straightforward for us to take down. There were some injuries, but served as good supplements.
Fantastic. You have everything well in hand. Well,
There's not much here that could threaten us. I thank you. We thank you. It has been, all things considered, relatively calm here, which is a welcome change. We can set up a settlement and it not be moved by the crust of the earth.
Especially with that last comment and like the framing of this conversation taking place right by where we like fought this zombie giant creature.
Mm-hmm.
There's a moment of irony. Alaric is like not gonna like touch upon right now. He's just like, yeah, totally safe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, massive crater behind him of a giant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just a weird looking shape. Just a weird looking ravine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no mention of giants in his reports on creatures in the area.
Oh. Perfect.
Yep. The giant's body is gone, by the way. Completely disintegrated. Completely, like, you know how plasmoids work at this point. Like, completely devoured. So,
Gotcha.
they did know it was here. But, they're not gonna go poking around mounds of dirt.
That being said, by any chance, have you seen any caves or systems that match these sorts of criteria? And he like tries to describe a
Mhm.
place similar to Talral's home.
I will bring it up to my scouts when we have the conversation. If there is something and we agree, I will pass along any information I obtain.
Captain, it seems like the plasmoid have the hunting well in hand, but it might be a good time for our tusk beast uh, fellow to stretch his legs.
Okay, yeah. If you think it's a good idea to bring him down here, let's do it. No reason not to.
Would be nice to have some variety in our meat supply.
Mm-hmm. is Alaric? Is that a trap? Is that a phrase of just like? Does anyone not like purple worm meat?
I think Valerian is like shaking his head yes.
Yeah.
As soon as you say that.
Toad's really good at insight. I think Toad's picking up on the vibes from Val.
Yeah, because 100%.
Cut to.
I think it would make the crew feel nice to maybe have something,
Oh,
something good for dinner tonight.
in fact, if there's a successful hunt, perhaps we could have a welcoming party of sorts.
All creatures will bow to Tobrov's bone. Birds scatter out of the trees, animals running away.
Hey, Dobrov. Okay, there's one kind of game you shouldn't hunt here, and it's the slime people. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, they're good people. All right, they're friends. So just make sure they're still your friends, and otherwise, go crazy.
Hello, slime people. I am Tobrov. May I hunt on your lands? Sure. Yes. Tobrov, hunt.
Dobrov, one more thing. There's a big old scary tower north of here. Don't go in it. Okay?
No tower. Yes.
Yeah, you're good. There's no game in there. Trust me.
He goes stomping off into the woods. Ah!
Hey, he seems to be coping in his own way, I think.
Yeah, it's only been a couple days, but he seems like he's doing, better than I thought.
Yeah, it looks to be in good health. How good of a hunter he is to be determined.
Should we maybe send somebody with him?
He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, I think it's I just have to trust he can find his way back, Hey, look, it's not like he's in the snow anymore, right? So it should be easier, if anything.
I imagine he's easy to track, so if we need to find him.
Yeah, there's elephant footprints in the grass.
Yeah.
It's a big dude.
All right, Krath, we're going to go to that tower I was talking about earlier. It's a little dangerous, so if you want to head back to the ship now, you can. Just wanted to introduce you to our plasmoid friends.
Understood. Thank you, Doctor. I will return to the ship.
Yeah.
Could you let Gus know that the plasmoids just need a day to think things over?
Of course. Yes, I shall do so. He kind of slinks off. Very much your resident from any medical show ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You guys are going to the tower then, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. You guys walk up the hill to the massive obelisk that is known as Komad Miraz. It towers above you. It's almost a black that seems to be a void. And you guys know that you can enter in through the doorway with the Komad Miraz manipulator that you carry upon you. Are you guys doing anything before you enter?
I think we're good, right?
Let's see. Going into this, we know that it has some effect on Toad. We know that there's some effect on time. That there are demonic influences, as well. So I imagine Alec approaches once again by just being prudent with detect magic, like ritually cast.
Okay. Understood. Detect magic. Got it. All right. Anything else?
I think Valerian's kind of thinking about, how the tower works again. Different times, set like moments of time taken, and he'll kind of like feel the dagger kind of holstered at his side, and I think I'll stop like maybe a little bit before the door. I'll just say, listen, guys, there might be something else with this tower that we haven't thought about. So remember you said in that first room, actually, where I got this sword, you said you had a dream about something or someone was there, and they were talking about the tower. So it made it personal to you. And Rick, whenever you picked up this dagger, remember it's like in a flower pot or near something. It was on a random floor.
Yeah, it was like the chess piece area. If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
It was strange, but it's too much of a coincidence for me not to mention. This is 2 times that there are 2 very personal things that happened to us. So the rest of this floor, or these floors, it might be, sounds kind of crazy, but drawing on our energy to find out who we are or something. I don't know. I just know that the dagger that you've been carrying around for a long time, Rick, what the name that they said? That was my father. And for that to be my father, that means that this dagger is hundreds of years old. Because we spent a lot of time in Thelanis.
I was wondering maybe if, this dagger wasn't brought in by the tower, but maybe it was left in the tower. Like maybe your father's been here before.
Oh.
I
Interesting.
mean, we don't know where this place came from, right?
Right. And it seems to be places in Eberron. It's nothing, at least the things that we've seen look familiar-ish to an extent. Something that wouldn't be out of the question to see on Eberron.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it is.
I mean,
That's interesting.
wizard towers are crazy things, but it's not impossible that at one point this tower maybe was on Eberron and then was sent here by whoever owns it, controls it. We gotta figure out what this place is. I guess that's really the issue here.
Yeah, we do. We need to figure out what this place is, who runs it. But I say that just to say that just be on the lookout for things that might trigger something in you or might be personal to you. This might be feeding on our energy to challenge us more in some way. I don't know, but
Watch out for psychological damage. Gotcha.
Watch out for psychological damage. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's do this. I'll draw my sword and I'm headed for the door.
Okay. All right. So, as you walk into the ground floor of the tower, you are greeted by a very familiar looking set of armor sitting motionless in the chair. A large great sword on the back of this entity.
This is just the lobby, I think, right?
This is the ground floor, yes. So there are 2 levels below that you entered originally in through the sewers. But the armor, the last time you went through, was not here, and now it is.
Does it trigger any ping on detect magic?
Oh,
currently?
certainly, certainly. It is giving off. It is triggering a sense of you get the magic. However, in this tower, you've recognized that there is magic here that doesn't identify as a certain school of magic, and you are
Gotcha.
getting a magic. What's the word I'm looking for? Resonance that is not easily identified by your detect magic.
Interesting. Yeah, like you see this like analysis and conclusion. Uh, undetermined. Just like ping in his goggles and his glasses. He looks to he looks to the captain. Checks out the desk. Is there anything on the desk at the moment?
The desk is empty, save for a blank piece of paper and a pen.
Well, the last time I touched whatever possession you had on this desk, you seemed quite irate with me. Does anyone else care to see if he's drawn us anything of note, or
Maybe we
perhaps
just-
written a nice message for us?
Maybe we just have to sign in, just write our names down. And I will step up. I'll look at the suit of armor for any movement, and if nothing happens, I'll grab the pin and I'll write Valerian.
Alaric runs to the corner. Okay, so as you grab the pen, the armor twitches. However, as you move to write your name, the armor stops moving.
Interesting.
I'll write my name Valerian. I'll start to say Lannon, but then I'll scratch that part out and put your Warnarn.
Understood.
I think we just need to sign in, guys.
All right. Who wants to go next?
All
as
right.
as you walk
There
away,
you go.
as you walk away holding the pen, it begins to start moving. But as you hand the pen to Alaric, as you approach the desk, the armor stops moving.
Alec looks very suspiciously at this piece of armor, and he's like, and it's like, you are quite finicky, friend. And with a very tightly scripted flourish, Alec signs his name into the paper and then places the pen down.
Okay.
Well, Toad.
Rick, I think it's your turn. You should.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Men of religion first.
Oh, right. I want to look at the sheet of paper. Is it really just a sign-in sheet? What's on it? Is
It is a blank piece of paper that is currently has 2 names written on it.
Anything notable about the pen itself?
The pen is a well-crafted pen, but it seems to be an ordinary pen. Alaric, you're not getting any sorts of magical resonance from the pen.
All right.
It's a good pen.
Rick is gonna. Oh my God, this pen! Holy. Rick is gonna write down for his name Joey Baba Ganoush.
Okay. All right.
I'm not gonna put my actual. Rick is not gonna put his actual name down. He's gonna see what happens.
Gotcha. No response. What do you do with the pen?
I put it back down on the desk.
Okay. No movement.
Okay, Toad's gonna go pick up the pen.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna see Rick's fake name. And it's gonna write Frog.
That's awesome.
Okay. You write your name down. What do you do with the pen? Do you-
Toad puts it down.
Okay.
That's a very pregnant
was a moment.
pause.
Okay. All right. The armor is not moving. Still, it is sitting in its seat.
I suppose if this is a sign-in, that if we pass and there are unwelcome visitors, that it may complain. Alright,
Okay. You guys are making your way upstairs.
I think so.
You feel the resistance of the wall, and then you add a little bit of effort, and you're able to push through and continue up the stairs. You seem to have been granted access to the next level. So there's a few levels that you pass, that you go up through. So the next level that you would pass would be the level of fire, right? So the level of fire has this... Yeah, so I didn't move all the tokens. But the level of fire contains that smoldering lava pit. There seems to be no movement in here. And if you push past, you can continue on.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's get back to where we were, I think.
Yeah, you guys, how high do you guys want to go? So the two
We can
notable...
go back to the potion shop if we need to.
Yeah.
We just are low on potions and stuff.
Yeah, so the next area that you would find yourself at that has anything of note would be the brewery level with Gareth. He waves to you, no look of recognition on his face.
Should we get a snack?
I'm a little
I'm-
peckish. Why not? Why not?
Okay. So if you have a seat at the table, Gareth will serve you. He will serve you standard, stereotypical brewery.
This is where we get the potions, or is it?
It's high.
Oh, just the potion
Next
guys
level.
upstairs.
Yeah, the potion guy is higher.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Should we get it to go? Could we? Have we tried to take something from? Wait, we could get some.
We
French
kind of
fries,
have,
so-
right?
Yeah.
If we purchased a potion, we took it up to the next level.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So you can get something.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Gareth, in his friendly mannerisms, says, "Hi, welcome to Garrett's Goods. Garrett's Goods and Inn. What can I get you?"
Gareth, I'm gonna need some berries to go.
All right, not wine, just the straight berries. I'll let you know.
Just the berries.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? No.
Rick?
Okay.
Quite honestly forget all the offerings you had, actually.
It was.
Do you have anything new?
We just got the Dark Delight brew. It's a dark ale. It's been well received. It's only 3 coppers for Dark Delight, and wine, mulled wine, is typically 2 coppers, and then we have our standard ale for 1 copper.
Do you mind if I try a sample of the Dark Delight?
Of course. And he goes back to his little brewing machine and fills up a glass of the or small sample glass of this dark ale. Dark Delight, sponsored by Dark Foam, has a rich, heavy taste, and it's pretty good. You recognize the name of Dark Foam as being a well understood, well historical brewery that has been around for many years. So it's a family that constantly makes different brews and whatnot. So Dark Delight has been around for a long time.
Is this something that Alec may have tasted before as a decantith?
Yes.
Would he and ultimately my question is, would he be able to tell how aged?
Mm-hmm.
It
So
might be. I don't know if ale ages in a distinctive way.
yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for this. I will tell you that the Dark Delights and Dark Foam ales that you've had, it's clear and obvious that the formula has been improved. This is a rougher formula that still tastes fairly good, but it's definitely been it's a more watered down, less refined formula to what you have had at social gatherings as a decantith. But yes, you can taste that it was prepared regularly. It usually takes a couple 10 days to prepare, but it is not expired or anything like that.
Gotcha. Okay. What do you think? Do you think that this would pair well with perhaps a meal of bear meat by any chance?
I would recommend for any particular red meat. We have some red wines that we have on tap here. I can send you with that if you'd like.
Yeah, Alaric kind of like notes the, this, a slight distaste for this version of the formula, and he nods, wanting to try the red.
Okay. Yeah, it's a very rich red. It's oaky, it's nutty, hints of almost a little bit of what's another flavory word? I don't know. It's a good red wine, all right? I'm not a wine guy, all right?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, so Alec essentially pitches this like, I think the variety might be nice if we do end up having our celebration or meet and greet later this evening.
Oh, okay. Would you like something larger to go? We sell in bulk. It just costs a little bit more, obviously. Or I can send you in individual containers.
Yeah, I think Alec would just like run the math of like how many people are on the ship, how many people are, in the plasmoid settlement, how many like from that folks, how many people would drink. Also factor in the outliers of people who drink way too much or like don't feel the effect at all, but just like to like pantomime drinking. And he's just like, I think we'll need a few barrels.
Okay. A barrel is 5 silver apiece. So you can purchase 2 barrels for the cost of 1 gold, if you'd like.
Okay. Done.
Okay.
Yeah, Alec will.
You now have 2 barrels of a rich red wine. Yeah, your ship likes wine.
Call these up stairs, or do we drink it over here?
Alec is going to try to bring them down the tower.
Okay. You can do so.
Okay.
Do you place it?
And does
Go ahead.
Can he like he'll try to place it outside of the tower, essentially.
Okay. You get no interference with placing the barrels outside of the tower.
He just suspiciously eyes the suit of armor. It's like, I purchased this legally. I should have asked for a receipt.
Okay.
If you attack me for this is
as you exit and leave and you come back in, the paper is empty, and it begins to move.
Oh,
interesting.
What do you do?
I think when he notices that it moves, now the paper is empty. He is going to have Bell sign for him.
Okay. As soon as you pick up the pen, the suit of armor stops moving, and as soon as you're finished and you place the pen back, it remains motionless at its desk. Do you sign it with your normal name?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. A little unsettled. Alec returns and is like, to the rest of the party. There's a new wrinkle in our situation, not truly a complication, just something to factor in. When I left and returned to the tower, the sign-in sheet had wiped itself clean. And the suit of armor, this guardian, the sentry, concierge? What is its role? In any case, it seemed to take initiative and issue with my unannounced appearance.
But you were able to go back upstairs after you signed.
Gotcha.
interesting.
Okay.
Onward and upward.
All right. The next notable one, so you pass through the aquarium, and then the next one that you find yourself at is the assembly line for the makeup station. Hello,
place.
welcome to Divine's Delicious Delicacies. What kind of products can I provide you, sweet faces?
I think I'm good.
Me too.
Just browsing? Let me know if you need anything, darlings.
Of course.
All right now. You guys moving on?
Yeah, just kind of like shimmy away from her.
Okay, she'll let you leave, yeah. All right, and then you head up to the garden herbalist area, where you meet Burmog. Welcome to Green's Not Mean. My name's Burmog. How may I serve you?
All right, Toad, do you need anything? Or could we just go up?
I think we should stop here on the way back.
Okay.
But yeah, not right now.
Come
Hey,
back.
Grandma. Hope everything's great.
I don't think he
Have
knows
we
who
met?
you are. Yeah, come on, Toad. You know this guy doesn't.
Come back and see us.
Perhaps, I don't know, maybe one of these times he will, you know? If there's something changed in the tower this time, so.
I think everything just kind of reset.
Bye. All right. The last area that you have been to is the chapel.
Yeah, we got some not great memories here, I think.
Yeah, not
Mhm.
great.
Okay. There is no entity on the platform. If you see something, let me look at OBS. Okay, let me see here. Let me see. Are you guys seeing anything weird on the screen? Perfect. Okay. All right. Yeah. No. You see what you see. It's an empty room. The rooms are dull. But Alaric, you can notice that they are minutely accumulating in strength. But you sense no resistance to walk up the next level.
Before we walk
go
up. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Tells me a wild shape.
Okay. All right. Wild shape into direwolf toad.
And I was gonna say, do we want to take a break now, or do we just want to play through?
Yeah, we can take a break if you guys want to. It's good stuff. It's a good pause point.
Okay.
Let's do that. Let's take a. You guys want 10?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
How much longer do you think you're gonna be able to?
I'm feeling good right now. I can probably go
yeah.
to probably another hour and a half or
Bye.
so. Hour and a half or so. Maybe 2 hours if I'm feeling frisky. We'll see what we're doing. So
We got some combat coming up. I think maybe it'll be puzzles. Who knows? So maybe we'll fly through that and get a lot done.
yeah, we'll see
Or
what.
maybe we'll
yeah.
have like one fight.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. We'll see how it goes. All right. 10-minute break. Be back at 45.
Woo!
Chris, can you?
unmute myself. All right,
Mhm.
cool.
Smart.
All right.
Are you recording?
I am. I never stopped recording.
Okay.
So yeah, we're all good there. I try to make it one continuous recording because combining them together like degrades the quality. It's a whole thing. It's a pain in the ass. So, okay. I could start pausing the recording during those moments. I think I have that ability. I might experiment with that next time. So instead of just like 10 minutes of just looking at the screen on YouTube, it's just a hard cut. So we'll see. Okay. All right. As you ascend the stairs up the tower, what's our marching order? Is the marching order what's on the screen here? Toad, Alric, Valerian, and Rick.
I like to be in the back, but if Valerian wants to take point or
Yeah.
side by side with Toad, we can. Toad's kind of large. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's
Frog
cool.
now, I think. I think that's what they signed in the sheet, right?
What's that?
Frog, yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. Excuse me. Frog. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Your character, your direwolf form is large. So okay.
And I'm Joey Baba Ganoush.
Republican news.
I love it. Okay. So the first thing that you all notice as you ascend up the stairs is bright sunlight that seems to emanate from all around the outskirts of the tower. As you ascend the stairs, you find yourself in what can only be described as a chapel. You see wooden pews and stained glass windows all around you. And as you ascend up to a vantage point where you can see into it, you notice a man standing at the very back of the chapel. And he looks to you all and says, "Greeting, friends. May Dol-Alra's light shine upon your faces. How may we be of service to you today?"
What? Who did you mention?
Dol-Alra, the sovereign of sun and sacrifice.
Gotcha. Just making sure.
I shall post that in general chat for you. Part of the sovereign host.
Mm-hmm. I would like to investigate the iconography here and see if I can recognize this proper sovereign host.
Give me a religion check.
I was going to move my token real quick. So
Yeah. You guys can move forward if you wish to do so.
Yep. All right.
Valerian.
Dire Toad now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Valerian, you held your action. Are you continuing to hold your? Are you casting border? Or are you letting it dissipate?
I'll let it go.
Okay. So I will let you know that when you're holding an action that is a spell, you expend the spell slot.
Okay, I'll just cast it then. Fuck it.
Okay.
Why not?
Alright.
Just a minute.
All right.
Specifically, what I'm looking for is what like sort of rank in terms of clergy this man we see here has, and if this is this seems like a genuinely well put together
Okay.
sort of.
Yeah. Go ahead and
Place.
give me a religion check. I'll count. Yeah. I'll factor that in.
Oh, well,
Perception.
it doesn't come up much, but I am a man of the cloth.
You are a man of the cloth. Forsooth.
Mm-hmm.
In sooth. Is that no one's seen those videos, have they? No. Okay. All right. Cool. So a lot of the iconography is very familiar to you. It is accurate representations of a chapel of the sovereign host, specifically to Dol-Alra. So the tainted glass windows depict sun and sacrifice, depicts sacrifice in battle, depicts symbols of justice. Nothing that would lead you to believe that this is a falsity of a chapel. It is dated. As a man in the cloth, you recognize these pews could use a little work.
Yeah.
However, nothing is ringing any spidey senses that something is off in the chapel. It appears to be a genuine chunk of a chapel to the sovereign host. And the man in the back seems to be adorned as a cleric of Dol-Alra.
Would he be my equal, or in terms of as far as the clerical?
Yeah.
aspect
So
is-
in the clerical hierarchy, so what you can tell from 20 is actually make me a Do me a history check, please. We'll see what
Okay.
you can gauge from his clothing and attire.
Well, I'm not amazing at those.
No worries. So you recognize the colors of Brayland. So
I
it's
see.
clear that this is a man of the cloth that operates in Brayland. However, right, like he is decorated with iconography that leads you to believe that he is, probably in the middle to higher tiers. He is not a, he likely was the head priest at this chapel. But based on the size of this chapel, it was a smaller chapel. So you would be, if we were in a clerical setting, you were not clergy of a specific chapel. You were more you worked more on the House Jarasco side of the matters. So he would be above you in station. However, as a member of a house, even though you are not dragon marked, you are equal but in different measures.
Gotcha.
Yeah. As far as station goes.
I'm gonna look to the rest of the crew here. Oh, by the way, how does he feel about a giant dire wolf being here?
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because I think the first thing I would say if I was a priest and I saw a giant wolf come in is, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, something to that effect.
Yeah,
sure.
so he's nervous. However, he is it's very obvious that he fears no harm will come to him in this place. This is a place of worship. So he assumed, like, you get the sense that yes, he is cautious, but if you show no violence, he will show no violence to you. He's a man of the cloth.
I would like to. I'm gonna produce my my symbol.
Okay,
I have an amulet of the sovereign host around my neck,
correct.
and I'll approach him.
Okay,
Hello, brother. Good to see you. Good to be in this place.
greetings, brother. I am known as Juris Marillion.
And I am Rick Jarasco.
Ah, yes. What brings you here today? What may this humble chapel do to serve you?
Well, my companions and I are traveling through, and I was hoping you could give us your blessing on our way.
But of course, Do'ara's light shines upon all. If I may ask, the creature that accompanies you, are they a construct? Are they a beast? I fear that my blessing will fall on deaf ears if such.
Oh, they are a intelligent construct.
Ah,
They are a good friend, in fact.
understood. Yes. I wish you well wishes all on your journeys ahead. May the light of Do'ara shine upon you all. And he basically casts mass guidance upon you. So you're under the effects of guidance. If I may be so bold, Sir Jarasco, might I inquire as to the plight that you are partaking upon with this, the TV ragtag group of individuals that you carry with you? I see a man of the Canada family. How do you do, sir?
Alec nods, nods politely. I think his eyes are mostly focused on the sheer brightness of the light coming through the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Do we get a sense like there? I think just musing of like, I'm fairly certain that the sun of this plane is not that strong. So like I think there's like a curious set of like how much stronger does being in the perhaps hallowed grounds of Dol Ara amplify?
That's a good question. You can make me a perception or investigation, either one.
Yeah. All right, sounds good.
Mhm.
13.
Okay. With a 13.
Oh, with guidance.
Yes, with guidance.
15.
Okay. With a 15, the light is unusually bright, right? It is brighter than normal sunlight. It is so bright that you cannot see through the window. Similar to, I believe you made a similar investigation during the first time you encountered the shop with the orc. It is impossible to view outside, and the blinding light is very reminiscent of sunlight. But the tone and shade leads you to believe that maybe it's not sunlight. But as far as past that, it's difficult to tell because you're basically staring at the sun. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, there is an appreciation for Dolores' power, although not in a spiritual sense. Like Alex holding himself back from like whistling. It's like if you set up, mirrors and a lens, we could be talking about a very effective, a very effective array.
Yep.
I guess my other question would be this man's name. Does it ring any bells? Is he a particularly notable member?
He is not. It is not a name that you would recognize. And considering that he is, like, you get the impression that this is a chapel. Actually, roll me a history check. As a man of the cloth, you would understand history relevant to your religious organization.
Boom. No, I didn't study those books, though.
Actually, I lied. Not history. Roll me religion. Religion makes more sense than this.
That would make me a lot better. There we go.
Okay. There was discussions among religious phenomena, right? Your religious organization keeps a well-established history of religious phenomena, which much study has been done to classify whether or not these are considered miracles, right? Or tragedies or spitefulness of deities, right? God striking back in some way. There was there was an excerpt that piqued your interest regarding a chapel in Brayland in a reasonably well-developed, but not large city. It is the city of Faircourt, Fair Court, where the chapel was destroyed, assumed by an act of the sovereign host. The suspicion was that someone here angered the gods in some way. And this occurred during the last war, roughly 50 years ago. So, based on everything you've seen, this could be that chapel.
Did I spell it right in character chat?
Let me double check.
Or is it just with, without the E?
Without the E. Yep, without the E.
Gotcha.
Chapel in the city of Faircourt, which is just northeast of Sharn. So it's in the heart of Brayland. If you're looking at a map of Brayland, following the Dagger River up Sharn, it's like 3 or 4 towns north of Sharn. So relatively well developed, but not a like metropolis or like a religious hub. Right? So there's like villages. If you're ever looking at there's like villages and there's like a city. So it's a reasonably sized city. But yeah, so there was speculation that maybe somehow the clergy of this particular area angered the gods, and as such, the sovereign host struck down. That's the running theory about that chapel, and it was never resolved.
And my suspicion is that this is that chapel or recreation of it, at least.
Yes, yeah, either recreation or the actual place itself.
Gotcha. I will politely bow to Mr. Jarvis, and I'll return to my companions.
Okay.
Oh, actually, before I go, rewind time. Rewind time. I'll say a prayer and I'll cast guidance on him as well.
Okay. Your blessing is appreciated, Sir Jarvis.
If you don't mind, my companions and I are going to convene. You asked what we were doing here. We're on a diplomatic mission.
Ah, from the nation of Onder, I presume?
That is correct.
Warm welcomes to you, good sir.
Absolutely. And to you as well. And I'll return to my companions. Okay, guys. You guys got anything you want to do before we head up?
No, seems like it's a good friend to have over here. Seems nice. Seems welcoming.
Oh,
Yeah.
passive perception. I failed to mention when you initially spoke to Jerusalem. You would note that he has, and this is a trinket that you would understand. He has a clerical item for those of higher station, known as the Amulet of the Devout.
Ooh.
So,
Gotcha.
Sounds like he's got loot. Get him.
All right. Well, I'd appreciate y'all if you, while we're here at least. I know this tower is strange, but treat this place with a little respect while we're here. That said, I think I know about this area. I don't know if this has anything to do with the tower or whatnot, but this chapel, I'm going to start whispering now. This chapel was destroyed probably 50 years ago. No one knows what caused it, but it was rumored to be a sort of a wrath of the gods situation.
Ooh.
However, I don't know what relevance that holds to us now, except maybe an explanation for that event, or it could be entirely unrelated. Nonetheless, it is a strange coincidence.
We've been to other floors that have shops that have like some historical bearing. I think the one with like, I think it was like the kind of like green, not green rum. God, I'm forgetting the name for this. You know, it's like a glass enclosure for plants to grow.
Greenhouse?
Greenhouse. There you go. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
You're talking about the orc guy's shop, or?
Yeah. Did we get a sense that there was also some Wrath of God, huge disaster event associated with the previous establishments?
I'm not sure that we did.
I don't think so. We got a sense of the time period by talking to him. I didn't take any notes. My bad. But
Yeah.
I don't think we got a specific a disaster occurred at this specific shop, unless
Right.
GM Chris comes in with some wisdom for us.
this is on our recordings, so I would have to look back to give you the gospel. But if my memory served correctly, there was an accident associated with the tower that he was in. If I'm not misremembering correctly, there was a tower, the towers in Sharn that are like massive spires that contain multiple things. There was a spire that fell during the last war as a result of a terrorist attack. And if my memory serves correctly, I may be wrong on this, if my memory serves correctly, his shop was in said tower. So there was also an accident associated with, whether or not they're related, can't say. But he was in that tower his shop was in the tower that was destroyed.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think at this point Alaric is starting to catalog these floors as not just as like transported places, but as like as being associated with like disaster, like Wrath of God, of like huge explosions or something like that. So I think that's the salient detail that like triggers the Kenneth mindset.
Yeah, unexplained disasters, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Conspiracy theories on conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Before we head up, I do want to check out the bookcase. Anything notable in the bookcase over here? Is it just
It is standard religious text, nothing that you would be unfamiliar with. Studies of the sovereign host, the speakings and preachings of. It focuses more here, obviously, on Dol Ara, but just stories, fables, and other guidance and stuff like that. There's also, in the bookcase, there's some pamphlets on, is the sovereign host for you kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay, just checking for any DM clues.
Yep. No
All right.
specific DM clues there. But good question.
I don't mind this place at all, actually. Wouldn't mind passing through here again, but we should probably make our way up.
Making my way.
Make
You know,
my
Rick,
way.
you ever thought about making a chapel on the ship?
Oh, well, I kind of want to do justice to it if we did that. And also, I don't know how many believers there are amongst our people, so I wouldn't want to impose.
I'll say for me, at least, the Sovereign Host has saved my life more times than I can count, so...
Yeah, give yourself some credit. They don't exactly intervene in mortal matters all that often.
Well, they interview with you, and you've saved me those times, so...
I guess I suppose, like, by association.
proxy, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
They
That's
move through
correct.
you, Rick. They move through you.
They move through me. That is correct.
It might be maybe worth maybe some of the other crewmen feel the same way. Maybe
Yeah,
they don't have
Rick, you would have noticed. Yeah, I mean, you have general eye for that stuff. There's a few crew members that are downstairs in the crew hole on the near the end of the beds. There's some small shrines to different religious entities. The majority being Sovereign Host. So there is a small following among your crewmates. You generally are aware of those kind of things.
Mm-hmm. I might be able to pull together a little Bible study every once in a while.
you got a little assistant now, Rick. Maybe it's time to do some first mate duties. Little improvement to the ship here and there, stuff
Yes.
like that.
Spread the word of the gods throughout the the cyberspace.
My impression of the Sovereign Host is that it is a very, I mean, no one, obviously, they don't manifest physically. They're not present in the world.
Yeah, religion.
It's a very cosmopolitan religion in that regard as well.
Religion in Eberron is very similar to religion in our world. That like there are people that believe that there have been people that walk the earth that were religious entities or deities. But no, like it is not like Forgotten Realms where it's like the gods are known and they walk among us.
Right.
So it's like we believe in religious based on myths and legends, or what could be construed as whether they're real or not. No one knows. So it's very similar to our modern day religious ideologies and how we look at religion. Like maybe it was an act of God, maybe it was nature. We don't know. So, yeah. Okay. You guys do anything before you go up?
No.
Okay. Marching order the same. I've got
Take the position.
I've got Toad, Alaric,
back.
Valerian, Rick in the back. Okay.
Yeah, should I be in front of Alaric, or
What do you guys want to do?
Good where you're at, Alaric.
Yeah, we can swap.
Okay, I'll swap you guys on here. All right. As you ascend the stairs, which you gain no resistance, and a farewell, a warm farewell from the man of the cloth, you find yourselves ascending into pitch blackness. You get an immediate sense of cold and touches of snow across your fur, Toad, and the direwolf is somewhat in their habitat of being in the warmth. But it is cold and frozen, with the exception of a small candlelight. And against looking at and kind of hunched over the statue in the left corner, is a creature that is seemingly covered in blood and has its head tucked between its knees, like looking down, like in a crouched on its knees positions, almost seeming to be in a sort of worship of the statue in front of it.
Quick question, Chris. What happens to my concentration on guidance when we leave the floor? I was concentrating on guidance on the priest below. Does anything happen?
Yeah, that's a great question. The spell you feel is still holding.
Okay. Make a mental note of that.
Yeah.
Do we have time for actions or no?
The creature is not moving at your presence.
Okay. It is. How dark is it in here?
It is pitch black in here.
So we can see the creature only because of the candlelight, correct?
You can see the creature only, if you have dark vision or if your character token allows you to see. Some of you may be seeing absolutely nothing. It's dependent on what your character vision is displaying.
It's dark for me, but it's not like I haven't actually gotten rid of the fog of war, so
Gotcha.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think I'll cast blur myself again.
Okay. All right, you do that.
Are we taking this? I'm gonna like whisper at Valerian. Are we being stealthy here? What are we doing?
Yeah.
So-
Let's try to sneak. Let's try to sneak.
Toad, you see the creature's ears twitch, and one kind of points to the direction of the stairwell, but otherwise no movement.
I think he can hear us.
Wait, does Toad have the ability to speak now?
Yeah, I think it comes out kind of squeaky at first. I think he can hear us.
Okay, I put my.
The wolf just talked
wait,
at you.
Can you guys hear me that too? Here, Toad, did you just?
Yeah, I didn't want to make a big deal about it. I've been practicing.
Rick puts his finger up to his mouth, like, shut up.
And Toad's not whispering anymore. Toad's like, I've been practicing.
Wait, I'm so proud, Toad. That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like I don't get to talk very much.
Shut up.
But I really,
Shut up.
Oh.
Oh, maybe.
Well,
Okay, so-
not forever, but like this is good. This is good. Shh.
Yeah. Okay.
Toad, you hear muttering coming from the creature in front of the statue.
Can I make out anything that he's muttering?
Roll me a perception.
I can do that.
Wolf ears. You got wolf ears.
I got wolf ears.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. I roll with the wolf's perception. Or I roll with
Yeah, you roll with.
Magnifier?
You have keen hearing and smell, so you have advantage with perception. So you roll off your sheet, but you have advantage.
Cool. Sweet. Oh, I didn't roll the advantage. Oh, I did roll the advantage.
Blood God. Blood God. More blood God. They come.
He seems. I don't like to use this word. He seems crazy. He keeps saying blood for the blood god. I don't really think I know
Maybe
what
it's
that
just
means.
his. Maybe it's just their religion. You can't judge just based off of that, Toad.
I agree.
Rick is gonna attempt to communicate through hand signs that we should sneak by him and see if we can just go to the top floor without fighting.
Ooh.
How is that gonna be a roll or
No.
performance?
I'm gonna.
Perhaps?
For funsies, let's do performance. Let's see how well this is
Okay.
interpreted.
Gotcha. Because yeah, they're talking and whispering. He's trying to be completely silent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're gonna completely ignore him because he's just making a bunch of nonsense.
Rix is over there throwing up gang signs.
What is Rick trying to? Rick, just say words.
I'm like doing that thing where you like make your index and middle finger walk on your palm. Like I'm trying to say walk up stairs. Like I'm pointing to the stairs. I'm pointing up stairs. Like
Yeah, run, jump, kick. Is it like a performance line where you all stand in a line and kick your feet out side by side? You know, like that Thanksgiving Day parade thing.
I think Rick wants us to attack the guy, Valerian.
I'm like crossing my arms, like making an X. What's Alric doing, by the way?
That is a great question. What is Alric doing?
Can we? So we're holding position on the stairs, right? We haven't moved on. Can he check it? Can he tell if the passage to the next floor is possible? Like if the boundary is up, the barrier is up.
Okay.
Like can he have like a bell try to pass through?
Yes, you can. Bell finds the wall unpassable.
He looks back to Rick and just kind of shakes his head seriously, and like prepares, prepares for a fight, essentially.
Okay.
Like kind of like I think that's like marked by the goggles going from like a like general like blue heads up display to like red. And he'll whisper, it's just like There is a barrier guardian here. We are being kept here. We cannot simply sneak past.
Yeah,
Okay.
Rick nods.
Well, it's time to get a little hands-on. And I'll try to sneak forward.
Okay. Roll me a stealth.
Okay. I am in my plate armor, so it is at disadvantage.
Yep. Clang, clang, clang.
Clang, clang. I don't know if that was a disadvantage or not. I think it was actually, yeah.
It was a disadvantage.
It's pretty good.
You don't even need to roll. Where are you going? Tell me where you're going. Where
I'm
do you move to?
going towards where I heard the whispering from.
Okay, move your character token to where you want to be.
Okay. Can if that didn't succeed, by the way, can I also roll the guidance that I got from?
Yeah, you can roll the guidance. Yes, go for it.
This is gonna make such a difference. What I actually did.
Okay.
18.
Okay. All right. With an 18, you hear or you see the ear twitch, but he doesn't react to your movements. But as you get closer, you hear his muttering and ramblings. He doesn't turn to you though.
Okay. Try to get close as I can without startling him and
Okay.
wait for everybody else.
I think Toad will sneak behind Valerian. Maybe go like closer
Okay.
this way.
Give me a stealth check.
Nice.
With a 22, his ears do not move. Give me a perception check, please. Actually, no. Don't worry about it. You approach and you also hear his ramblings. However, Toad, you get the sense of chill to your left, and a ghostly claw reaches out at you. We are going to roll initiative, but there is a surprise round in play here.
Ooh.
Let me go ahead and add everyone to the initiative tracker.
So apparently there is, not that we need to adopt this, but apparently there are like new rules for like sneaking, stealthing, and like initiative.
Oh,
in
I've
combat.
heard about these. I think a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what they are. I mean, I'm just like I think there are stuff, and I know that there's also a weird distinction now where the condition of being invisible, I think, has overtaken some other conditions, like being hidden. Like if you hide and you're successful, you're considered invisible. You have the invisible condition.
Interesting.
And that's important because like there are like levels of like concealment involved, but I think there's like some weird thing where it's distinct from having like the invisibility spell on you, which is like it kind of threw me.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right, Toad, did you roll?
It won't let me roll from the direwolf sheet. So
Because I didn't add, yeah, so I added Toad, yeah, because it's weird with the direwolf. Go ahead and just roll from Toad sheet, because the Toad token is added to the initiative tracker.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's actually a +2 instead of a -1.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
10.
Yep. 10. Okay.
You're
Still
still
put you at the bottom.
Yeah.
What's it with
I'm
Toad's
right there with
initiative
you.
rolls?
My initiative rolls are so. Oh, the last session I just rolled bad the entire time.
Okay.
But it's okay. It's gonna be different this time.
Didn't we like keep in the same initiative order like 3 or 4 fights in a row? Kind of crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So, Toad, reaching out to you is this ghostly claw that is much larger than the claws of the creature in front of you. So as a surprise round, this creature is going first. You can't see it. I will go ahead and roll for that. That is going to be a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Are you resistant to necrotic damage?
I am not.
Okay. You take 34 damage total
Oh my god.
as this claw rakes into your shoulder. And for a moment, this creature appears before you. This bone horror aberration for a moment pops up. And then immediately goes back invisible. And it seems to surround itself in shadows. Okay. Now we are in the normal initiative order.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get started. Alric, you are first.
Okay, so for our purposes, are we in total darkness, or is this is dim light?
You are in total darkness, from my understanding. Yeah, there is a little bit of dim light emanating from the side here, but you are in total darkness.
Okay. Oh man, I have things that can make small lights. Can Alec use his action to essentially light a torch?
I'll allow that as a bonus action.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fantastic.
Good DM.
Interacting with an object, it's the same thing as like drinking a potion. I'll allow it as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So this
I
is
will
the
just
one-
mention, by the way, that since you're using an object, you can use our dice.
Yeah, if you don't.
Oh.
The what does
Ooh,
this
okay.
button do feature for the party blubs.
Because I think it's gonna get reset whenever we go to the next world as well. So
The
Okay,
next
yeah,
full rest.
Sure, yeah, I'm happy to see what this is. Let me see the more details of it. Roll a d10. Yeah, let's see this party.
So what does this button
Five.
do?
What does a 5 on the? What does this button do?
5 is weakening energy. Enfeebling energy suddenly washes over you. For 1 minute, you have a penalty to saving throws equal to the number on the power die.
Nice.
Okay, interesting. All right. So, yeah, the Alaric.
So
Like-
your power die. What is your power die right now? I believe your power die is a D6. So you have a penalty saving throws equal to the number on the power die. So you have a penalty to saving throws of a -6.
oh no, that is horrible.
That's brutal.
It is.
Okay. That's
Some
fine.
good, some bad.
Yeah, we'll work around it. So essentially, Alec tries to send up light and throw it, but then he gets this am I to understand he gets this debilitating wave?
Yeah.
Can we assume would it be reasonable for it to be Alec tries to start a light and it feels like the environment is punishing him
Yes.
for trying to
Yes.
create a light in this dark place.
Absolutely.
So is the light created or has this kind of enveloped and smothered it?
The light is created. However, yes, you feel like you are violating the rules of this space.
There is a gasp from Alaric as let me see if I can create the light.
Do you know how to do it? If not, I can do it for you.
Yeah, I forget if it's 6. Is the torch 60?
It's 40,
and 30?
40 dim,
40 and 20?
20. Yeah, 40, 20.
Okay. Light animation, torch, and then let's reduce some of that intensity.
Okay. All right. So
So yeah, he kind of gasps, he's lost his breath, and he kind of whispers in a hoarse voice, and especially to Rick right next to him, and he's like, Rick, I can't breathe. I think this place hates light. He'll stay where he is. and then he'll have. I suppose Bell will fire
Okay.
at. Can he see?
Yes.
Could Bell?
Yes, you can see that creature.
Perfect. Bell will fire.
Okay. 18.
for 4.
18 does make it through his armor. What kind of damage is that? Force damage? Yes.
Damage.
The force damage sinks into the creature that you would understand to be a gnoll.
Mhm.
Which gnolls are creatures that have integrated to society, but there are definitely darker subsects of them.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Perfect. And that is his turn.
Okay.
And turn.
So you use your bonus action to light the torch,
Yes.
and then
Oh, sorry. You're right. Bonus action to light the torch. This will be fine. I'm happy to. I think this is fine.
Okay.
I like this way this is played out.
Okay. All right. Rick, it's your turn. You
Rick
hear
is
a
gonna
yelp from the wolf.
Yeah, I'm gonna step in front of Alric, as if to protect him. There we
Okay.
go. And I'll kind of see what's going on here.
Okay.
Holy moly, Dire Toad is not doing good.
Dire Toad is not doing well at all.
I guess I can only assume, because I only heard what was going on, that it was the guy that did that then. Right?
Based
that
on
makes
what
sense?
you saw, yeah, as a non-mitigating aspect, I think that's appropriate. Also, our take inspiration for rationalizing the effects of the what does this button do?
Hell yeah.
By the way, that's the only roll like is a bad thing.
Damn.
Oof.
I would like to cast Guiding Bolt
Okay.
on this guy.
Okay.
So that's a 12, which is probably not gonna
Your
do it.
shot goes wide. It does not
Damn.
strike this creature, this gnoll.
Yeah, I figured.
Uh-huh.
All right. Then that'll be my turn, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. It is the gnoll's turn. His muttering, fluttering, and Toad, you've heard him rambling. He just... More blood for the blood. And he rises up and turns to face you all. And the first person he sees is Valerian, and you see him brandish this massive flail mixed with molten magma, and it grows and like crackles. And he faces you, and he will take the flail, and he will slam it on the ground in front of him, in a 5-foot wide, 15 long trail emanating from him. So it'll hit just you. So I need you to make me a, let's see here. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. Okay.
Can I'm 5. Can I use my bluff to
Post it
it's
for
an
me.
AoE, right?
It's technically an AoE. Yeah, it's a line AoE.
Okay. Hold on. Let me find it in here.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what the ranges are. When an ally within 5 feet of you. So I would say he is not. So he is 10 feet away from you. He would have to be in the square right next to you. What's it worth to you to get that extra 5 feet? What are you willing to give up for me?
I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
You don't want to make any DM deals?
I'm gonna sell my soul to you, DM.
I mean, I already give out cursed items. So.
We were just in church, Mr. DM. I don't
Yeah,
think
true.
so.
Dire Toad is barely standing right now.
Yeah.
Save your own body.
Okay. All right. So Valerian, an eruption of magma comes from the ground underneath you as you suffer 20 fire damage as the magma creeps into your feet and burns you. You are not on fire, however, you take a lot of damage.
As a reaction, I will cast I will cast Absorb Elements.
Okay. All right.
And
So
the damage isn't real yet. But yes, I will use Absorb Elements, and I will take half damage, I believe.
you have resistance to the triggering damage until the start of your next turn. Yes. So you gain. You get half damage. Yes. So you take 10 fire damage as you absorb some of the magma that is beneath your feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine it looks like Valerian kind of just closes his eyes and just remembers him diving in a pool of magma, just a couple floors below,
Mm-hmm.
and he starts to absorb some of the energy, and it channels through him into his sword.
Okay. All right. He will then charge at you. He will charge at you, and this kind of feral grin on his face. And he looks like he's focusing on you, but that is his turn. Valerian, it is your turn.
Okay, I will move,
Uh-huh.
just so if my teammates want to get in a better position, they can.
Okay.
And then I will
Get a flap.
cast Booming Blade
Okay.
on it.
Okay. The target suffers. So go ahead and make me a weapon attack. So you do an additional 1 thunder damage.
Yep.
And you deal 17 total damage.
Yep. If a 19 hits, yeah.
A 19 does hit. You get past his armor easily. He is wearing some like scratched up like old armor. Okay, so 20 total damage is inflicted on this gnoll. As your voltage greatsword courses through him.
I think it's
Yeah.
only 18, right?
It's only 8. Well, oh,
Yeah, 17.
17. Yeah,
From one-
excuse me, yeah.
But then if he moves, he takes 2d8. Yep.
Okay.
But
I was-
then, as part of my new level up, I can make a attack as well
Mm-hmm.
with War Magic.
Mm-hmm. So your second action, when you use your action to cast a cantrip, you can make 1 weapon attack as a bonus action. So you did your bonus attack first. I'll allow it. You did bonus attack first. Oh no, you use your action. Yeah, so you can do
So the
booming blade
was
and then
my-
a normal strike. Yes, I'll allow
Yep,
this.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
16 is a glancing blow, so half
Okay.
damage. As your
Damage.
your greatsword slides against his armor and nicks some of his arm as you slash down with this massive sword.
Okay, it's my turn.
Okay. All right, who's next? It is Toad's turn. Toad, there's an entity nearby you that is dangerous.
Toad's gonna call it out. There's another creature here. Be careful. It seems to be ghostly. Can I try to look for any sign of? I know it's probably invisible, but like, is there like we're in like a snowy-ish environment? Is there like snow moving?
I will
or
allow
can
it.
I, like,
Yeah, you can use your
just
bonus
feel
action to use a
it?
perception check if you'd like.
Cool. Cute. Well,
You do notice the footprints in the snow lead you to a path of where this creature is. You have a reasonable suspicion that he is right next to you. Right here.
can I try?
And
to find it?
actually, because you can see his footsteps as the light kind of shudders and shimmers, he is not invisible. He is just hiding in the shadows. So he is clear and apparent to you now.
Great. I'm gonna bite him.
Go for it.
I'm gonna.
Is he in fact large like that? Is he
Yes, yes. Let me go ahead and share the character art with you.
huge? Oh,
Okay.
I don't like that.
Do not love that.
Mm-hmm. menacing looking dude. Okay. 18. You do strike at the bone claw creature. And you inflict 12 damage?
Yes, but I'm also gonna use a 3rd level spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna choose. I guess I'm gonna choose fire.
Okay.
So you have to make a DC 15 con saving throw.
Okay. Succeeds.
And then I still do 3d6 extra damage.
Okay, so your bite, you have flame coming out of your wolf's mouth, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so does he take half of that damage? Because he succeeded?
You can spend 1 spell slot to deal extra damage of that type to the target. And then it has to make a con save for an additional effect. So I just do the...
Got it. So the damage inflicts, and then there was an additional one that if he failed. Yeah. Okay, got it. All right, so 27 total damage.
And he has to make a DC 13 strength saving throw or
be not prone. Yep, okay. Let me make that strength saving throw. Succeeds. His body size is easy to stand up to the weight of your dire wolf form. As he towers above you, you just hear like his jaws extend.
I was just gonna take up a aggressive stance, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Alright. It's the Bone Claw's turn.
Bone Man.
No worries.
Yeah, it'll be just fine. Okay. Alright. Its claws seem to extend and sharpen on both hands. And it reaches out towards you to pierce your flesh and rip the life force out of you. The first strike, what is the AC of your wolf form?
16.
Okay, the first strike misses and glances against your metallic reinforcements of your armor. The second strike is a 24 to hit.
Cool.
What happens when more damage? I think is it a shield gate scenario or does it transfer to your body? I think it does transfer to your body. Okay.
Yeah, it does.
This piercing claw sinks into your form and sinks as you revert. It sinks further. You're not immune or resistant to necrotic in your normal form, are you?
No.
Okay. So in total, you take 49 points of damage.
Oh my.
So reduced by 3, so 46 points of damage to Toad, your normal Toad form.
Yeah, it's fine.
Is it?
It's fine.
What does that look like?
What's it look?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Okay. And then it will surround itself in a veil of shadows and step over slightly into the darkness a little bit more. But you can still see it. You have dark vision, right?
I don't.
You don't. Okay. All right. Yeah, so it seems to surround itself in a veil of shadows, but it stands poised to strike you down. Blood for the Blood God. Alric, it's your turn.
Eugene?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Did the rest of the party see what Toad was striking at, or what caused Toad to revert?
Yes, the light from the fire of her teeth illuminated this creature. It is now currently visible.
Okay.
Yep.
Alaric wants to move forward to catch these people in the light.
Okay.
Like, he's kind of like taking like some much slower steps than he typically does.
A chill comes over you as the sight reveals itself to you. It's a brutal scene. Toad is grievously injured.
He seeing Toad revert, what does the damage look like to Toad?
It is the piercing claw breaking into her body, and you see the seeping of necrotic energy flushing through Toad's body. Her wooden under the armor is turning almost pitch black.
Okay. I think that in like Alec's heads up display, like the damage to a Warforge would definitely ping.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's going to come up to challenge this creature.
Okay. All right. So, as a reaction, getting within 15 feet of it, it is going to extend its claws, and its bones seem to lengthen and crack, and it's going to make a strike against you.
Okay.
It is a natural one. So its bones cracked past you, and then they sink back into their normal length.
Yeah. And in the same moment that like they extend, Alec is going to, well, he's going to approach in melee, but in the same time, he's going to reach out with his Eldritch arm to attack.
Okay.
So, two of these once. Wow, both. Well, I get another one.
Oh!
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm attacking myself, but also not great rolls. I have 3. I will re-roll the last one. 3
Okay.
inspiration.
Okay.
Alright, now 2. Wow. Oh, this is
You're rolling like my monsters roll normally.
exactly. Okay.
Rolling fine, man.
Yeah, this is very funny. I should stop talking to myself as well. But I'm gonna carry this forward. Alec is like clearly feeling debilitated by the influence of this place. This feels like he's not a particularly like spiritual thing, so like his sensors or like the kind of like diagnostics that are all being performed are all like going like crazy with like trying to find like a source and being unable to. And then for his bonus action, he'll reach out and cast Sanctuary on Toad.
Okay. Let me go ahead and add an effect of that. What's a good one to put on there?
Toad.
Yeah, I'm. Does it have an indicator on it? No, I'll put an indicator on it.
No.
Let's see.
And once again, it's like a level of like hard light circuitry that kind of like forms about their form, and it's this moment of he's going to like kind of like hoarsely whisper to Toad like, "What is this?" But that'll be his full turn.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna just use a charm thing on there. I don't have anything else to use on there, so.
Gotcha.
For some reason, the bless icon is no longer there, so. Regardless.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Sanctuary is now on Toad. All right, you done?
Yes.
Okay, Rick.
Yeah.
Shit's getting nasty real quick.
Mm-hmm. Is this guy undead?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Turn Undead.
Ooh.
But hold on, I need to make sure how close I need to get to this guy. Ah, he's in range. Okay. I will not get any closer. I will simply channel Divinity, and as my action.
Center each undead within must make a Wisdom saving throw DC 15. Okay.
Yep.
Fail.
Nice.
It is turned for 1 minute.
Yes.
Oddly enough, there's a turned icon. Must spend its turn trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to a place within 30. Okay. Okay. All right. The creature screeches back in horror upon the brandishing of your holy symbol.
Yeah.
The power of the sovereign host compels it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good. And that was my action. So
Oh.
I will simply, I'll move a little bit further in.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
It is the Gnoll's turn. The Gnoll is in a blood rage against you, Valerian, and will begin to attack you by swinging its flail at you. Give me 1 second. Let's see how many. Yep. Okay. It swings its flail at you 3 times. It's just in this rage of anger and craziness, hysteria. The first strike misses. The second one is a 28. And the third one is also a hit.
What's the third one?
The third one is a 23 to hit.
I will shield.
Okay.
My AC is 23, so it's a glancing blow.
So it's a glancing blow. So the first strike that strikes you breaks through your shield, and you suffer 10 bludgeoning damage. The second strike that hits you is a glancing blow, and you suffer 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it is
That's
just
not true.
bloodthirsty coming after you. It suffers damage, correct?
It does.
Okay. Attacker takes 1d6 lightning or thunder. Go ahead and roll me that 1d6. See how much damage this guy takes.
Nice.
5 lightning or thunder.
Lightning.
Okay. Seems to have the full effect against this creature as it jolts in pain upon the rebound against your shield made of lightning. Okay. That is Line's turn. It is your turn to retort.
Get his
Okay.
ass.
I will move
Okay.
down one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like kind of in between him and the statue.
Mm-hmm.
And I will cast Ice Drop. So I think like it looks like the snow, it's coming down, but it's also like kind of rising up, and Valerian's hands extended, and it will form an ice crystal above him and slam down on him.
It is focused on you and does not notice the ice block. It is a fail. So
Ooh.
it is knocked prone, if I read that correctly, and it
It
suffers 4
Or ice damage.
Four.
Or 4 cold damage, sorry.
cold damage. Yes. This creature seems to be taking these hits well. It is a tough creature to knock down.
Okay.
But it is prone in front of you as it gets knocked down on its back.
Alright, so then for my bonus action, with Wardcaster, I will, or War Magic, whatever, I
Mhm.
will attack it.
Okay. You have advantage
26.
because it's prone.
True.
Go for crit.
Ooh.
Fun fact, Ice Drop was made by previous campaign using the weirdness of Prestidigitation. It's a homebrew spell made by one of my characters.
Nice.
Okay, same roll, so also 17. So 26 definitely hits, and you deal 11 damage. Am I reading that correctly?
11 damage is correct.
Okay.
I also didn't roll the damage, the 1d6 for my absorb elements last round.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that. So
5
that's
extra fire
five,
damage.
5 extra fire damage, which does burn him. Okay. He's starting to look hurt. He's not bloodied, but he's close to it.
Okay, my turn.
All right, Toad. You're under the effects of Sanctuary. You would understand this spell.
Toad turns to Alaric. Hey, thank you for saving me. I'm gonna go thank Rick too.
Not saved yet.
It's I'm fine. It's fine. No worries. I was gonna back up a little.
Okay. Yep.
No.
No attacks of opportunity because it can't take reactions.
And I reach in. Toad looks back, does the mental math, reaches into their backpack, pulls out the sick-looking potion.
Yeah.
And it's like it's looking crazy.
What
Mm-hmm.
it is.
I'm gonna throw Worm's Bane.
Okay. So you're throwing a poison at the undead.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, you gotta. He could have maybe. All right, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay, dexterity save. Take 2d6. So it failed the dexterity save. So how much poison damage would it take?
22.
Choo!
You douse the creature in poison. As it is turning to run away from Rick, the poison seems to not affect the bone claw. It is immune to poison. Oh, no. 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 It's immune to the poisoned condition, not poison damage.
Okay.
Ha ha ha.
So its physical form still takes damage.
Its
it just
physical
doesn't have, like,
form.
a circulatory system.
Yes. So
Nice.
okay, and does it poison it? Poison damage? I don't think it poison. Well, it doesn't matter because it's
Yeah, it wouldn't matter
Immune to
anyway.
poison.
yeah, it's not poison. It's immune to the poison condition. But yes, the poison seeps at the muscular tissue of this bone claw, and it cries as it's turning to run away. That was your action.
Okay. That was my action. Okay.
Okay, so that would also be considered an attack.
Mhm.
So Sanctuary drops.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yep.
As a bonus action, I will patch myself up a little.
All right.
I will cast. Where's my? I'll cast Healing Word at 2nd level.
Giving yourself a little pep talk. Okay. Increase your choice you can see within range, regains hit points. Yeah, that counts as you as well. You can cast Healing Word on yourself, so you heal for 11 hit points. The necrotic energy infusing the wooden structure of your body seems to fade away somewhat. But that shit still burns. Alright, are you done?
I think Toad's gonna move a little bit more.
Okay.
Good idea.
It's a Bone Claw's turn. It is turned. It must spend its turn running away.
Well, no problem. It's not turned anymore. It
Yeah, it's took damage.
Ah, that's right. It took damage. So it is no longer turned.
So yeah, that turn undead didn't do anything.
Goodness. Okay. So
Well, it allowed her to get through.
You know
I
what?
guess, yeah, she didn't
I-
take that type of
But,
opportunity. You know what?
Yeah,
True.
absolutely. Yep. So it did prevent that. Okay. It is going to target the creature full of blood in front of it. Alric. First strike is a 19 as this piercing claw comes towards you.
Gotcha. Just hits AC.
Just hits AC, so it is a glancing blow. Are you resistant to necrotic damage or piercing?
I will be once I cast. Wait, actually, I gotta make sure that absorb elements hits.
Okay.
It does not hit. No, it does not hit necrotic. Never mind.
Okay. So you suffered as a glancing blow, 27 halved. So whatever that is, 13.
Or
Yeah. So
14.
I round down. So you suffer 13 total damage as this piercing claw embeds itself in your shoulder for a moment. But the other claw swings just wide of your armor. And then it will. It will move to here. And that is its turn. It is your turn, Oric. Top of the round.
Okay. Being struck, he is going to reposition himself to match the creature,
Okay.
and once again strike out with a Just saw an interesting. No. Okay. He'll attack twice with his tentacle whip.
Okay.
Go
ahead and roll the hit.
Once. Wow. I can't roll.
No,
Brutal, dude. It's almost like the whip is angry at you.
I know, right? Well,
There it
that
is.
counts for some.
22 does hit. Roll damage,
Okay.
please.
Why did I roll the?
Because you targeted the bone claw.
Oh dear. That's very funny.
No worries.
Okay, for 25.
25 damage, and that is broken up into slashing, psychic,
Slashing,
and lightning.
psychic, and lightning. Mhm.
Okay, I'm just checking.
11, 4, and 10.
Yeah, all those seem to affect it as you would expect. And you have bloodied the bone claw. It is going to make an action where shadows surround it. And it is every creature within 15 feet of it. So, let me see if I can do this. Every creature within 15 feet, so I believe that is everyone, must make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
All right.
Does this include the null? Does the null?
This does include the null.
Cool.
Natural 20 on that. Nice, dude.
How about a natural
Wow. That is... This is like his
Yo.
worst nightmare. Oh my
You're
goodness.
rolling some
Okay.
horrid.
I am... I don't know if a 16 is enough. Alaric is going to use his reaction to grant the flash of genius.
Okay. I will tell you a 16 is enough.
Oh, okay.
However, you and Rick fail.
Yes.
As the bone claw seems to teleport in the shadows that are remaining in this room and strikes out at you. Both of you take where is it? Both of you take 35 necrotic damage.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then the bone claw teleports and ends its bloodied action directly towering over Rick. That is his bloody action. It is still your turn, Valerian.
Yeah. I have... Okay, let's filter for bonus. And prepared. Yeah, I think that Alec will continue to move to match it.
Okay.
He'll use his bonus action to try to see if he can do and check for weaknesses.
Okay.
Is there any metal in this? Does he see the glint of metal?
Okay.
Or something like shocking grasp, or could he figure whether radiant damage would?
Roll me a perception or religion check. Yeah, are you proficient in religion?
Not proficient in
I
religion.
take that back. So it would just be a perception check.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Oh man, I can't roll above.
Yeah, it's
Well,
rough for you.
I did, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. Okay.
With an
yeah.
8, though, you can visibly see there is no metal on his body.
Gotcha. Yeah. He'll shout out. It's not a construct. It's not a construct at all. Lightning. Won't be. Lightning. Won't cut this knot. And that'll be his turn.
Okay. Rick, you're up.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make Oh boy, I'd like to heal people, but I also would like this guy to take some damage each turn. I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just get that going.
Remind me again what your Spirit Guardians appear as.
They appear as doves.
Right.
So
DC
here's how the
15.
range of it looks like if you
Yeah.
do that.
Okay. It succeeded on the saving throw. Does it take partial damage?
Let's see. On a successful save, it takes half as much. It'll take 6 radiant damage.
6 radiant damage. Does not seem to affect the creature more than you would expect, but it does strike true.
Gotcha. Understood. That'll be my turn.
Okay. It's Blind's turn. Blind will use his movement to stand up from prone. However, the way I use attacks of opportunity when you're standing up from prone within melee distance, That provokes an attack of opportunity from you, Valerian, should you choose to do so. Unfortunately, a miss. He is coming at you with his flail. What's your AC?
I think you are muted, my friend.
What's your AC?
Sorry. My AC is 18,
18,
but if I
okay.
use shield, it's 23.
Okay. So the first strike misses your normal armor. Second strike is a 24. Third strike is a 25.
Okay.
So if you take both of those hits as this flail is digging into you, you take 25 total damage. Bludgeon damage between the two strikes of the brimstone flail. And it is your turn.
Okay.
You doing some mental math?
Yeah,
Okay.
41 minus 25 is 17? 16?
Oof.
It is 16, my friend.
16. Okay, 16. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Amazing. Wonderful. I will circle this guy again,
Okay.
and I will cast Booming Blade.
Okay.
So I will 16 to a hit.
16 is a glancing blow as your blade scrapes across his armor. So 17 damage halved, yes?
Yep,
Okay,
exactly.
so 17 damage. So he takes fucking math. So 8 damage.
Is it? Yeah.
8 damage, yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I will action surge,
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
and I will use Thunder Wave.
Okay.
I will push him. I'm also, Chris, just to be very clear about this, I very clearly want to get the statue in range as well.
Okay.
See if damaging that damages the entity or if that has any effect.
Okay. Does force movement trigger booming blade? I'm trying to remember. Oh no, you don't move him. Right? Oh no, you do push him.
No, I do move him. It does not trigger attack of opportunity if
no, it doesn't trigger attack.
or the booming blade.
Yeah, it does not
I
trigger
don't
with the
think.
booming blade. Okay. I was just double checking. Okay. All right, so he fails. So he takes how much damage? 5?
He takes 5 damage,
And he's pushed back 10 feet?
10 feet.
Okay.
I'm
So
also hitting the statue if that does
Okay.
anything.
So you push him into the wall. Roll me a 1d6.
All right.
Because you pushed him in the wall, force movement, pushing something into a solid object does some additional damage. So you do 5 thunder damage, and you do 3 bludgeoning damage as he slams against the wall. You also shatter the statue, and Flynn's eyes go wide, and he seems to be staring at it just like, no! What else are you doing?
Hey, with my bonus action, I will
Uh-huh.
say a silent prayer to the sovereign host and second wind.
Okay.
Or I can't, not second wind right now. For some reason.
So it's 1d10 plus your con, right? Something like that.
Yeah, I'll just roll that.
Okay, got it. While you do that, Toad.
Toad is going to look around, kind of see everything that's happening,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I'm gonna conjure some animals.
Okay. What kind of animals are we conjuring here?
I am gonna conjure one singular, really cool looking polar bear.
Oh, that is cool.
Okay. Oh, you already had it. Perfect.
Yeah.
You summon a massive polar bear that erupts from the snow underneath the stairs. His presence.
Well, on the stairs.
On the stairs. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like squared up with this bone
Okay.
claw. I need to roll it some initiative. Can you add it to the initiative? track?
Yes, I will. There you go. Can you roll for it, or do I need to roll for you?
Okay. I think you need to roll for me.
Okay, no worries. It rolled a 16, so you should see it in order
Nice.
And then Toad's gonna back up a little more.
now.
Be like, hey, sorry, I know you feared it, and I threw a potion at it. My fault. It was an experiment. I'm a scientist now.
Xenoarchaeology is a division of science.
But this is Bear. He's got your back.
Bear.
Is that your turn, Toad?
Yeah.
Okay. It is the bone close. It is targeting the creature that has radiant energy emanating from it. Does it roll for Spirit Guardians at the start of its turn?
Let me check.
Because it's starting its turn there, if I recall correctly.
And when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, yep, so it makes another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 21. Does it take half damage?
It will take half damage.
Okay, I'll just keep that 12 that you rolled, so it'll take 6 radiant.
Okay, okay.
Okay. And it is targeting you with its claws.
Mm-hmm.
First strike clearly misses. Second strike also misses you. It
Woo.
seems distracted by the radiant doves flying around it.
Yeah.
He's scared of Bear.
Now we're your turn.
Okay.
Hit him this
All
time.
right. Exactly, right? Let's go. Not targeting once.
19 strikes.
And twice. Hey, there we go.
And a nat
Oh, that's a
20.
crit.
Yeah,
All right,
nice.
that's a crit.
Okay, both of those strikes hit.
All right. And then for bonus, Bell will strike as
Okay.
well.
This creature is on death's door. Those strikes
14.
were strong. 14 is a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is the moment where, like, surrounded by like all of these radiant doves and this polar bear, it's like finally he can, this more like enervated, weakened Alaric can finally pin this guy down with a few good strikes.
tentacle-
and that'll be his turn.
Your tentacle is just tearing flesh off this creature. It howls in rage. Rick, it's your turn.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do a cleric's job. I'm going to use another channel divinity, but this time on Preserve Life.
Oh yeah, there's my life cleric.
Yep. So I have 35 HP to distribute amongst the crowd here. Toad, what are you at? I can only get you up to half HP, so how close are you to half?
Oh gosh. Hold on, I have to do math.
Mm-hmm.
I need 9 to get to half.
All right, take 9,
Cool.
and I will be left with 26 HP
Okay.
left. Val, how close are you to half?
I will tell you once I pull up the calculator app. Okay.
Absolutely.
Real.
Total HP divided by 2 minus
Okay,
your...
and then minus my current HP. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. I need 10.5.
All right, I do take 11.
Okay. We round up here. Okay, interesting.
Yes, and then as long as you are under or at half. So take off 1 point if you need to. And then that leaves me with 13 points left. I'll put the rest on Ulrich, and that'll get you up to exactly half. I don't think it will not go over.
So,
Well done. It's a powerful ability.
That looks a little bit more than half, Ulrich.
thank you. Whew.
Yeah. What's
Hey.
half of 85? 40 something.
Oh, sorry. I heard. Okay.
Yeah. So it can't be.
I was
He can't heal
reading-
you more than half.
Okay. Yes. Gotcha.
Rounded up in this scenario. 'Cause
Gotcha.
I am a
okay.
generous DM.
42.
Still pretty good.
Mhm.
Yes.
And that is gonna be my turn.
Okay, that's right.
Huge turn. Huge.
Yeah.
What does the channel divinity look like?
Yeah, that's a good question. We haven't seen this before.
You know what? Since we were just there, right? I'm gonna call upon the cleansing sunlight here,
Love that.
and yeah, just Dolora's cleansing sunlight's gonna bless everybody, make y'all feel a little more warm in this cold environment.
Excellent. So I will note that that is not a spell. That's not a leveled spell. So if you want to use your bonus action to cast a spell, you may do so.
Absolutely. I unfortunately don't have. Well, actually, hold on. I do have a couple bonus action spells, and you know what? I got a good one in fact. So I will cast spiritual weapon.
Go ahead.
And it's a 23 to attack.
23
so
does hit. Roll your damage.
I'm going to attack Mr. Bone. Mr.
Okay,
Bone.
go ahead and throw your icon on the screen. You should have
Where
it in
is
your
that?
actor's token.
There it is. No, it's gone. Where is it? Player characters? Oh, familiars. There it is. Yeah, I'll put him down right next to Bear
There
Bear.
you go.
And this thing will come swinging down on him.
Your talented
For
blade
23.
comes, swings down on him. It does strike true. Roll damage, please.
Okie dokie. I would love to. If the game would let me, but I can't find a way to do that. Which is weird. Normally it would.
You might have to roll from your spiritual weapon page.
No,
It does
it's not gonna let me-
1d8 plus your spell casting.
I will simply do that then.
Okay.
We'll figure that out later.
No, no
Spellcasting modifier is going to be +7, so 1d8. 8 plus 7. It'll be a 13.
How do you want to do this?
I think I'm just going to take his head off.
The Talenta
yeah.
blades.
Make it nice, clean surgical.
Hell yeah.
The
Just a
Talenta blade.
like a scalpel. you know?
Yeah, like a surgeon's scalpel. You slice through the head of this creature, and it falls dead.
Oh, okay. Thank the Sovereign Host for that one.
Okay. All right.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. It is the polar bear's turn. How does this work?
Sorry,
Does it,
Bear Bear.
does it act independently of you, Toad?
I give it commands
Okay.
on its turn,
All right.
or it just defends itself.
Okay. So you
Where-
gave it a command previously. What was the command that you gave it?
Kill the bad guys.
Okay.
Attack.
Gotcha. All right. So the polar bear. Do I control it? I think no. You control it. This is your creature.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Where? I can't see. Oh, okay. Thank you. All
He's
right.
camouflaged.
Here we go. Yeah.
Go, Bear Bear. Go, Bear Bear. Go.
Go.
Go, bear, bear, go, bear, bear. Oh.
And Bear Bear is gonna start with a bite.
I'm gonna move it back so I can see how far. Okay, 19 strikes. Bear runs up, charges up, sinks its teeth into the claw or into the neck area of the gnoll creature. Suffers 6 damage.
Yep.
Okay.
And I think while it has the knoll in its mouth, it's gonna strike out with its claws.
Okay. Also a hit. Good hit. 14 damage. Yeah, you're tearing this thing up. It's getting. He's looking real hurt.
And then that's it for Bear Bear.
Okay. Klein will turn to the statue. As he's like getting smacked up, he's just like, no, my blood god, get off me. He will shove the bear off, and he will slam the brimstone flail down again in an eruption line that is 15 feet long. He will channel extra energy into it in order to get the full effects of this eruption. So the way this works is you slam the flail down and a 15-foot line appears. Hold on. Come on, damn you. A 15-foot line, and at the edge of that line is an explosion. So at the end of the line, the burst explodes and sends a wave of fire forward in a 15-foot cube. A creature within the area of the fire must make a dex save. So the bear, Alric, Rick, and I will say Bell as well. You all need to make dex saves, please.
Oh boy.
Okay.
No, Bear Bear.
That's a fail. That's a fail.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Big save. Big save.
Huge.
Massive save.
Yep. Okay. And then I need to roll for Bell as well, please.
Okay, gotcha.
As the ground beneath you erupts. Okay.
No.
Everyone except for Rick takes 15 fire damage.
Gotcha.
Does that knock Bell out?
Oh yeah, it should.
Yeah. Bell has 12
For whatever reason,
HP.
they have all this shield on them, but they really shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so
Oof.
Bell drops
Oh,
to the
no!
ground. Unconscious, I guess is the best way to put that. Yeah, prone and unconscious.
Mhm.
The teapot slams to the ground. Okay. And that was his action, so that was his full turn. Valerian, you stand near and close to Flind.
I think Valerian will ready a sword, rush up, and as I run up, the sword will kind of crackle with some energy, and I will cast Moving Blade again.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit. So 4 thunder damage if you hit. 25 hits. 16 damage. So 20 damage total?
20 damage altogether.
Okay. You strike into his injured shoulder. He is one strike like that away from death.
And I will, for my bonus action, strike again.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a bonus action or just a second attack, right?
It's
You
a-
just get a free second attack.
No, the way it's worded, he's using his bonus action. Because, yeah, it's a war magic thing.
Yeah, because
So-
I'm using a cantrip for my actual action.
I see.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Ooh. Okay, yeah. So I think the first strike is the greatsword. He's like charging it up, almost like a lance, and then like impales the gnoll with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he like sees an opportunity, so he pulls out the dagger, and he will kind of like stab it a couple times to the neck,
Oh, Jesus.
and until it's dead.
Oh, God. Brutal. Okay. This thing quickly melts into a puddle of blood and gore. And we are at the end of combat.
Hey, we made some blood for the blood god.
Blood for the blood god.
For the blood god.
I don't say that out loud. That's actually that we should not be committing blasphemy, I think. Okay, we gotta get patched up here, huh? Hey, Bear, how you doing? I'm gonna pet Bear.
Alec is going to move to cast Mending on Bell.
Okay.
So it's restoring 2d6. Oh. Okay.
All right, I have a prayer of healing for everybody whenever you're ready.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
How long does the bear stick around, Toad?
An hour.
There you go.
Okay, this prayer of healing is gonna take 10 minutes though, so
The bear chuffs at you.
Alaric kind of like, gasping, like feeling this like oppressive darkness. Is like, Rick, we might want to, we might better feel.
Oh, you wanna go
Your
back
god.
downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, well, real quick though, I do want to check out the now busted up statue. Before it got busted up, or if I can make something out from the pieces now. If I recognize this blood god that he was talking about.
Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Gotcha. Zoop.
Okay.
I guess I'm not too familiar with this.
Yeah, you're not familiar with this. This is a weird occultist stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Can I assist? I mean, I guess it's a little.
Yeah, I'll allow. I know it's fine. I'll allow it. I'll let you
Yeah.
roll a separate religion roll.
Just like I'm like kind of like putting the pieces back together and just trying to study it a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll allow it.
Pagans, am I right?
Mm. Still not much to gauge from this, especially since it's shattered. Yeah, weird shit. The
Can I look
design of
around?
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
I know. What were you gonna say?
I was saying, can I look around for treasure? Anything
Yeah.
valuable?
Go ahead and give me a roll. Okay. With an 18, all the boxes and crates seem to have old, decrepit items to you. The only item of note that seems like it could be useful to you all is the flail that was held by the gnoll. It is in D&D Beyond as the Brimstone Flail +1. It seems...
Does it look like a little bit I don't know, like a cultist, kind of like not really something appropriate
Cursed.
for a like a cleric of the Sovereign Host.
Make a religion check.
Okay.
Any tentacles coming out of it?
Oh man, nope. This looks normal to me. Normal flail.
It's obviously a magical flail, and it seems strong. And you see the molten magma mixed in with the steel, and it glows. However, you are not getting the sense of any sort of unnatural presence hosted within the flail.
Well, I'm not much of a melee fighter anyway, so anybody else want to pick that bad boy up, or?
Yeah, I'll keep
Little
it
war
around.
trophy.
Might as well.
Okay.
We could give it to the plasmoids. They were asking for weapons.
Constitution
point,
saving throw. I'm just kidding. It is.
Instantly erupts into flames.
Yeah, no, it is not a cursed item. It was just used by someone very evil. And like I said, on D&D Beyond, you can locate it unless you want me to add it to your Foundry sheet. It is labeled as Brimstone Flail, and it is a +1 flail, and it has the effect of the eruption damage that he previously used.
Yep, I see that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You all want to head back downstairs, and I can give you all a little bit of some help.
Yes.
All right. Let's go.
Okay. So what are you guys doing? Are you taking a short rest? What are we doing? Where are you guys going?
Oh yeah. Let's take a. Well, okay. So short rest. The bear is gonna go away if at that point. Wouldn't
Well, short rest is only 10 minutes.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Because I like 10-minute short rests.
Yeah. Let's short rest.
Okay. Do you short rest here, or do you short rest somewhere else?
We're going downstairs again.
Okay. What floor do you go to?
The temple.
Priest.
You go to the
Priest,
chapel.
yeah.
Okay.
Chapel. Yeah.
All right. You guys find yourselves back downstairs in the light of the chapel. Briss welcomes you. Obviously, no sense of recognition. Actually, no. He does recognize you all.
Ooh.
It's cloudy, and it seems like he's like, have we met, travelers?
Ooh. So Rick is gonna look to the rest of the people there, rest of his party members, and be like, hello. I know I only passed through here with my companions some time ago. We didn't make a formal introduction. Hello. My name is Rick Jarasco. I'm a fellow man of the cloth, and I'll hold out my symbol again. See if that jogs any more memories of his.
Yes, you were here some 10 days ago, if I recall correctly. Good to see you again, men of the cloth, Sir Jarasco, and kind.
Oh, we were waylaid by bandits outside of town in the countryside. Unfortunately, my friends are injured. Can we take refuge here with you?
But of course.
We just need some time to patch our wounds, and we'll be on our way.
But of course. The home of Dol Arat welcomes all. Please. Is there something? Here, let me assist. Make a quick deception check though, because you did make a lie.
I did tell a little fibby fib.
You did tell a little lie.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the greater good.
Uh-huh.
Big roll here. Not bad.
Not good either.
Not good either. Not good. Not bad. Definitely not good.
Maybe
No, it's almost like he's wisdom based and he has a decently high insight.
Mhm.
So you can tell that like he knows you're full of shit, but also he understands that you need help. So he will cast mass cure wounds on you all. The blessings of Dol Arat upon you. You all gain 18 hit points back.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Short rest.
And once we sort out this healing portion, I'm gonna call it.
Yeah.
It's getting kind of late. We're just working this piece out real quick.
If there's one more thing, instead of taking a short rest, I think Rick is gonna go to Jairus.
Okay.
While the rest of the cruise is resting.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna talk to him and he's gonna say, listen, brother. I wish I could tell you what we were really up to, but I don't think it's something I can be honest with you about. I hope you understand.
Would you say that your goals align with the Sovereign Host's goals?
100%.
Then I have no quarrel with your reasoning. I ask no
Thank-
further of you.
Thank you. And
Of course.
I hope well, I hope you keep me in your thoughts and prayers.
Of course, as we all do. I ask that you do the same for me and mine. It has been some time since some have walked through these halls. It seems that participation in our sermons has been minimal. I fear that something has happened in the city that I must investigate soon.
Yes, many are losing their faith, it seems. But if we keep ours, then surely we can bring the flock back in.
In sooth. You speak truth.
I'll walk back. I will walk back to my companions.
Okay.
I also posted I make special snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you do.
If you use a hit dice, recover an additional 1d8.
And you rolled an 8, right?
Well, that was for my. I rolled.
Oh,
my
okay,
own
go
hit
ahead and roll a d8 for everyone. The way I do it is it goes off of your d8. So,
dice. Oh no.
okay.
Cute.
So everyone gains an extra 7 hit points.
Do I do that as well, or do I get a chance? Do I not get a chance to chow down?
I will say it's a short rest. You are welcome to you can have a brief conversation like that. You can, yes, you can participate in the short rest as well.
Okay.
Yeah, you were just having a conversation during
I'll
it.
just
That's
have
fine.
whatever Toad made.
Okay,
My
yes.
Short rest version.
Absolutely. Well, you need to expend at least 1 hit die in order to gain her benefits.
Then I
Their
think we do
benefits,
that.
pardon me. Okay. All right, any last minute things before we close up for the night?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Nope. Yeah, I think Alex just kind of like tried to like piece together like why things went so like catastrophically wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Met some new friends, met some new foes, engaged a little bit with the plasmoids, and there's deliberations on what they will feel about Talral the Gentle. You are back in familiar grounds with this strange, mysterious tower, and we will pick back up next week and see what else the tower has to hold. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording.
I can't believe.